First ever esports fight league, ESFL, live here in Las Vegas, hosted at the
Thank you one more time, everybody. We will leave you there. We will see you next time whenever ESFL Live 2 happens. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.
Going out nice and fast, already Pry. Oh, beautiful counter to the takedown. Thank you for joining us tonight.
A disadvantage desire, but then he.
A little too much on Trixie. Nice shooting, but turning.
Watching my Twitch, watching on YouTube, watching from around the world tonight. I know the UFC isn't on right now, but guess what? The virtual octagon is here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first Esports Fight League Undisputed Boxing Show. Welcome, everybody. Hope you've been excited. We have been waiting for this game to come out for a long time. Early access starts today. And guess what? We're live with a fight card, as if you would expect any less of us here at the ESFL. My name is Bailey, and thank you for joining us. We have a stacked 7-fight card for you tonight, featuring some stars from the UFC 4 esports world going head-to-head, but this time they're boxing. Okay, we've got a very special guest with me today, the man, the doctor, coming to commentate some boxing today with us. Doc, how are you doing, mate? Are you all right? Are you excited to be here?
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. We've got boxing this time around. It's going to be a fun one. It's boxing, a bit more different. No kicks, no grappling, but we're going to see two people in the ring and punching each other. It's going to be fun times.
Yes, well, as long as they're punching each other in any capacity, I'm here for it, Doc. I don't know about you, it's all good. I'm sure some of you got your hands on the sort of, I guess, the play test. It was really, but early access is something everyone's going to be diving into now. But we know what these high-level players are like, Doc. They usually end up showcasing stuff that you probably didn't know was in the game. And I'm kind of interested to see, like, if we've got some stars that emerge, because we've got some people fighting tonight who perhaps haven't fought in the ESFL and the UFC side of things, and some guys that are the highest level. So we'll see if those skills translate. What do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because UFC has the same idea with the boxing, but you have to mix in other styles. So when you look at Undisputed, it's all about being able to use that footwork and movement. So you'd assume you're going to see some forms and bits and pieces of the previous game come into this aspect, but also maybe a new guy's going to come out, be emerging, and show their true talent here as well.
Yeah, I like that. And in some ways, you know, it's more tactical because you have a limited skill set. So you have to be more selective, more efficient. It's a lot harder to mix up the strategies. You know, if you can, you know, there are ways to do it, but because there's less options, it's almost more tactical in a way sometimes. Yeah,
you've just got to make sure. I think especially tonight, it's not going to be more about the foot punching. I think it's going to be more about the footwork. If a person can grasp that footwork and they understand it, especially with the game and its loose movement, I'm going to probably expect to see that be kind of the way it's going to go for tonight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to do it. Right, let's take a look at the fight card for you, ladies and gentlemen, here this evening to see who's fighting, because it's a stacked one. All right, we've got some good people. Kicking off first, we've got King Pop taking on Pablo Grips. Pablo, you will probably know. All these fights tonight, guys, are going to be 12 rounds, okay? I think the clock is adjusted to 2 minutes per round. I might get corrected on that, but I believe that is correct. Bone Doing Work is back taking on Juby as well. That'll be a fun fight. Juby, not familiar with, but Bone Doing Work, of course, we know has competed at the highest level in the UFC. FN Finest from Fight Night's Finest here versus the Woke Sports Fan. So let's see how some high-level boxing guys compete on this stage. I'm excited to see it. JMMA taking on Jay Sober, of course, as well. That's a great fight. JMMA back in the house. Suave Jamie is here tonight in the 5th fight of the evening against Ben Jamie. Can't wait to see how Jamie translate. Obviously a very good fighter on the UFC side of things. Let's see if those boxing skills carry over. But number 6, Studdy versus Darhkseid as well. Great fight making our way up the card. And then the main of them, we do have Pryoxis making an appearance tonight against B3's Wordlife to close things out on a lovely 7-fight card. How do you like that, Doc?
Well, I know some of those names. You've got Wordlife, a fantastic boxer in the game. I'm pretty sure I've seen Suave Jamie versus Ben Jamie on Fight Night's Champion. So to see that on Undisputed, a new boxing game, that's going to look absolutely killer. Got Jay there. I know he's been around. He's played both of the betas, so he's going to experience as well. And then you've got Bone Doing Work. Now, this man does know his footwork, so I'm looking forward to see how Job can really take and to put the pace against Bone here tonight.
Oh, it's Job, is it? Or are we going with Joby?
I don't
Joby. Maybe we'll get some corrections there on the years for this one. I think we're still just getting this first fight together, but we know that you guys have been having a good time diving into this. 50 fighters to choose from currently on the roster. We had this kind of conversation earlier, Doc, that we might see some mirror matches tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm expecting some mirror matches. It depends what weight we get, because I wonder if we're going to see more heavyweight, maybe middleweight. Do they have confirmed weights for tonight? Do we know?
I honestly don't remember that part of our briefing. So I'll double check now for you, mate. Go on.
Well, fair enough. Well, in heavyweight, you've got names like Tyson Fury, Muhammad Ali, Deontay Wilder, and so those names are going to be an interesting one to see, especially Muhammad Ali with his interesting footwork. As you go down the weights, you'll have names like Canelo, Roy Jones especially, and maybe see a I forgot his name, Sugar Ray Leonard. That's the one.
Oh, and
so those are like the notorious names. So I imagine people are going to more go towards them just because they're the most notorious boxers the game has so far.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get a mix of old and new as well here tonight. I think the boxing games typically have fighters in their sort of classic, heyday, as good as they ever were status. Whereas in, the UFC games, we don't always get the legend figures of the fighters, which is nice. But definitely in this, I mean, they've got all the big names. They've got everybody, and they got them all under, contracts and stuff like that. So, yeah, I really think this thing is gonna be a good show. It's gonna take off. It looks like we might be jumping to fight 2, which is gonna be Bone doing work, taking on Job, I believe. So, if we're ready, let's get to the first fight of the night. Let's see what these boys are all about. Let's go. Also, if you're joining us for the first time here at the ESFL, welcome. We have been doing these shows for about 4 years for the UFC games. Undisputed is out, so we'll be doing some Undisputed content as well for you. Looks like we are ready with the first fight here, Dark. I cannot wait, mate. Here we go. Setting it up. Picking a little haul here. Oh, they're just doing a couple of invites here as well. But yeah, we can see the weight class is going to be middleweight. 10 rounds. They need to change that to 12 there as well. But exciting stuff. Some of these guys here, Doc, they haven't even fought online yet. Look, they're going straight in.
You gotta respect it. You gotta go, okay, the bait has been enough, and you're gonna get straight into the action. You've got to imagine both of these guys are going to be under a bit of trench pressure, and they're going to be trying to work the game mechanics and slight differences out, especially the stamina. On that note, it's going to be interesting to see how the stamina does between each round here tonight.
Yeah, and by the way, for anyone who's going to try and troll with the lobby code, the people who are streaming are not the ones who are being invited. So good luck with that. We're going to be fighting. Because I know the lobby code's there, but don't worry, that even the lobby was showing, so they'll be jumping over. So there we go. We should be having a good fight ready to go here. And I don't know anything about this Job. On the old scout report, we don't have any information. Just that Job is here, ready to take on Bone doing work, of course, ESFL veteran, ready to take his talents over here to Undisputed, which I think many of these guys do. I mean, we know that there are just a lot of people in the ESFL who just love the stand-up, right? Obviously, there's no kicks and things like that this time around, which would upset me, But I think a lot of guys like to fight with their hands mainly. Anyway, there was a part of the meta for a long time, Doc, in UFC 4 that was just boxing, right? Like pressure boxing.
Yeah, well, I think in UFC, at least, the beginning of the meta was purely boxing. The game felt a lot more applicable to that boxing style, so it's just more viable. And so hopefully you'll see those talents move over to here, and you get to see actual boxing gloves being used. I think the one difference will be with this compared to UFC 4 is the damage model. Because in UFC, you've got quick, you've got fast-paced action, non-stop, and this, it's all about methodical, slow-paced, and making sure your punches are landing and score correctly.
Yeah, at least in the current state the game is in. It's not that you can't get those big flash knockdown moments. It's just a lot harder to land those clean shots. Whereas UFC 4, you can just like throw a 2-3 piece combination. As long as it lands, you're pretty much going to rock them every single time. Just because you land your power straight in this one doesn't always mean it's going to land in the cleanest of fashion. So that will be interesting to see as well as we draw it out. And yeah, guys, if there are any growing pains today as well, don't worry. This is, of course, is literally an hour from launch, so we're going live with it as soon as we can. So hopefully everything goes as smooth as it possibly can here, Doc. As long as we get 7 fights in, I'll be happy, man.
I will as well. It's like an hour from launch, as you mentioned. It's none of these people would probably got in each fight or two, and so they're going into this bare bones, only knowing the basics is the way it goes. It has similar fight controls to previous boxing games, but this should be an interesting time tonight.
All right, I am ready for this now. Job and Bone doing work. Looks like there may be a slight little connection thing, but nothing these guys aren't used to. In for the first fight right here as well. As long as we got audio for it too, that'll be good. And we are going in at middleweight. Now, I think they did select 10 rounds, or maybe that changed without me noticing. Let's have a little look here. All right, here we go. Roy Jones, classic pick here if we do get him in. 91 is a pretty goddamn high stat. Oh, look, he's backing out there. Most likely going to change the rounds as well. Yes, we can hear that. We're all good. Any favourite picks of yours at middleweight, Doc?
I think the Roy Jones Jr. will probably be my first pick I will go coming into this game once I downloaded it, because it's just, he felt very clean within that game on the beta, so I'm just expecting that to probably be, we're going to probably see a couple of them if we do get a middleweight here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Roy Jones is locked in by Job as well. Hard to tell from the thumbnail what Bone is selecting through at the moment. Obviously, you've got those loose mechanics now that you can toggle on and off. I know Roy Jones is going to be very, very good with that. And we'll be interested to see if anyone plays around with that tonight. Dropping the hands. Bone is ready to go, locking in. So here we go. First official ESFL Undisputed fight ever about to take place. History in the making, people. All right. Oh, Crodon has just updated us here. Thank you, Crodon. The co-main and main will be 10. Will be 12. The rest will be 10. I don't know why I read it like that. So we are locking in at 10 rounds here. All good to go once these two ready up. And we should be transitioning through to the first fight right about now. Yep. If we get stuck on the countdown for the fights as well, well, you know, there's not much we can do about that. That's just the nature of the early access right here. But we will get the fight going as soon as it is ready. I always feel like this first one's going to be a little bit, you know, jankier than the rest of them. We'll get the smoothness rounded out as we get through the night here today as well. Hopefully no one has to quit and rejoin if that's the case.
And now here is just a waiting game. We're just all in suspense.
Yeah, maybe
maybe
there will have to be a re-invite here if the countdown is not running through. But you know, that's that. Someone report that as a bug, please. You know, we'll get these. Oh, there we go. I think we're good. All right, finally.
Oh, we're good.
I think you've got to also allow for the fact that everyone's got a different PC, so perhaps loading times are going to be different between each player as well. And we'll have to see. Also, if people are streaming the games as well, they're running them off their same computers as well. So
You've got to hope.
yeah, we've got to hope they can run it. I think it's either a restart there. I think a quick restart.
Yeah,
okay.
restart.
No problem. All right. Well, don't worry. This is just to build the anticipation for you guys. They are just quickly rejoining right now. We can watch. So we will get this first fight underway, which is technically the second fight. I think this was anticipated, really, Doc. You know, we kind of talked about this in the back. If there are some difficulties just with the matchmaking initially, just got to ride with it until the show starts going smoothly as it is the first one. And like we said, most of these guys have only just downloaded the game. You know what I mean? Like,
they're just trying to get into the lobby, trying to get the fight going. And cool, it's growing pains, it's early access. It's to be expected. It's nothing on the game. It's just the way game development works sometimes.
Yeah, at least they can actually invite each other. You know, that lets us have a tournament and a show and a fight card. Because if they couldn't do that, we would just, you know, we wouldn't have the show right now. There we go. Here's a question for you, Doc. Are you a fan of the full motion punch control system that they've brought back from the EA boxing games in this?
Are you referring to the right stick, I assume?
The right stick, yes.
Yeah. No, that is... I like doing a mixture of both, especially from my experience in Fight Night. It was always a case of I used the buttons for like the jabs and strikes, and then for any of the body shots, I would go to the stick. Just it gives you that bit more fluidity, I find.
Interesting. That is kind of an interesting mechanic that you would mix up with both. I do like the jabs and the straights off the stick, to be honest, because it feels like you can flow through quite nicely. But here we go. Locking back in with Roy Jones. There we go. Boom. All right, here we go. Right. Let's get this first fight underway. No problem. Yeah, I guess the fact the lobby hangs on 3 is a known issue at the moment, Doc. So hopefully we get through this time. Or we'll be going back to fight number 1, it looks like.
Second time the charm here tonight.
Bone thinking about locking it in here. Same pick should be required. Job is ready. Nice to see some familiar faces. Yeah, it is. Nice to see some familiar faces in the chat as well. Frank, no streaming in the house. Always good to see Frank. Chief here as well. Bang, bang. Lots of lovely peeps coming through ready for some boxing action. And here we go.
Here we go, indeed. This is going to be a fun time first.
All right.
First boxing fight. A competitive boxing fight as well. So you got to imagine these two are going to feel a bit nervous being the first proper one.
This was going to be the esports boxing club, but you know, this is technically the first ever esports undisputed fight. Maybe I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it right now. We're going to say it. So we got Roy Jones locked in against Sugar Ray Robinson. What a gosh darn fight right here, mate. Okay, I'm ready for this one. Both guys capable of going the distance. Power on the side of the Job pick with Roy Jones Jr. here as well, but Sugar Ray, speed, footwork on the outside. Let's see how they play through. Cannot wait for this one. 109 knockouts there. That's crazy. Little hyping warning, but we won't worry about that. Joe blocking in there with Roy Jones. And I should probably bring up the card because I don't think we have it on screen queued necessarily. I don't want to forget everybody's names. It's Bone doing work, of course, with Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yep, and Robe?
Oh, Joe.
Job. I think that's how you pronounce
doing
it.
well. All right, well, stepping out for round one. 3 minutes on the clock here. Let's see how quickly the boys get into this one. Rangefinders obviously coming out from Bone doing work first. There's so many different styles and footworks in this game as well. You do sometimes want to take a little bit of time just to gauge the distance on your opponent, make a read for how aggressive they're going to come out, just like boxing, to be honest, there as well. A nice straight right lands there for Job, followed up with the left hook. Not too flush, but he's definitely more content to hang and leap in from the outside, looks like now, Doc.
Yeah, looking like Roy Jones wants to more let his opponent come to him and then start making counters. You can see that loose foot movement of Roy Jones already coming out. His hands are low as he's wanting to strike when he can.
Yeah, following up with that left hook on the outside after just throwing the 1-2 out there. You can tell Bone is just trying to 1-2 his way in, but obviously doesn't want to step forward too much and get caught with something on the way in, moving into a shot. He's obviously going to do a lot more damage, which makes it hard against someone like Roy Jones, who can close the distance nice and quick. Nice right hook on the outside. Jab lead hook, nice double up on the left hand right there. Sticks him with a straight as well. High guard for Bone doing work here, whereas Job is really just trying to stay loose on the outside, pick those counter shots off. And the rounds trickle away pretty quickly in this game. So you do kind of have to get your damage out, you know, even if you're playing methodically like this and taking your time to set up, try to set the right hand there off the jab. Did Bone doing work, but it looks like Job on the inside using that left hook really nicely so far, but there's a stiff jab.
But at the same time, with these short rounds, you only need that one big moment. So if you've got the ability to just explode suddenly, like the scenes of Job does here with staying on the outside and then just suddenly unleashing with his punches, you've got to imagine that's going to be able to auto win him the rounds here.
I like this from Job. He's stepping to the left to fade out, throw that right straight over the top, and then coming back with a left hook as he circles into it. There's another stiff left hook right there as well. And, you know, it doesn't look like they're doing too much at the moment. Obviously, it's a 10-round fight, but Job definitely making that left hook work from in the first round so far. Bone doing work, having trouble closing the distance, getting in range to land that 2 that he's trying to set up. There's a stiff one at the end, but I'm going Job for that first round there.
I do agree. It just seemed like Job was able to more manage his range. Bone had a couple instances where he was just firing a bunch of jab straights just out in the open, just outside of the range, because Roy Jones was using that loose movement, using that footwork, and he's not blocking much either, so it's more just he's making him miss.
Yeah, and he just wants to bait him in so he can leap into that left hook, very Roy Jones Jr. style there as well. It makes it a tough fight for Bone doing work because he's really got to get his feet on the inside and keep them there rather than step back each time. Stiff right hand over the top though. Good accuracy from Job. I mean, he's not trying to put together too many combinations. It's single shots, and then when the second, third punch comes, you're just not expecting it because he's not throwing in combination all the time. So good work from Job, feeling his way around Bone's offense, feeling his way. Oh, nice step straight right on the inside, outside for the counter jab, straight back in as well. So Job right now, nice work, and another left hook catches him.
Yeah, it's just single shots. He isn't throwing massive in combinations. He's just, the shots he's landing are landing with power and they're landing heavy. You can tell how much more Roy Jones is more comfortable here. He's just landing when he wants to, when he needs to, and X in the pocket without issue.
Yeah, planting the feet there a little as well, trying to just swing for the fences, just really sending that straight right over the top and leading with it. Bone here maybe needs to level change to the body. There's another left hook that lands right there as well. Another left hook on the break. Straight right, left hook. The timing as well from Job, really good. Mixing up the timing on the offense. It's very hard to get a read when he's just throwing off rhythm like that as well and mixing in the combinations. Bone steps in with a big left hook, but eats a check on his own. Another one there on the break. Gets onto that straight right now, trying to jab straight to the body, but Bone just looking a little stiff here with the more traditional boxing style, trying to set the 1-2s, and Job being creative and flowing, finding home for the big left hook and the straight right down the middle when he steps on the inside. There's another one, and a left hook, and there's a jab left hook again, right hand, left hook to the body as well. Great work from Job.
I was about to mention he was keeping his head off the centre line for the most part, then he just decides to stand and throw. It did some success, but going back to it, you can just see him constantly using that footwork, using the head movement any way he can, and he's just having massive success in making it difficult for home to hit.
Big load up on the left hook right there, maybe trying to steal more points on the round. I think he's done enough. We saw Bone there just tripling up on the straight right. That seems to be the only shot he's trying to land right now. Unfortunately, he's not able to get anywhere near the footwork of Job and Roy Jones right now. He's really setting that range, throwing the weapons, just preventing Bone from able to actually fight on this inside battle and just dictating him on the outside.
Yeah, he's just throwing the jabs, then that lead hook as well, and it's just having massive success here. It's only been 2 rounds. Hopefully, Bone can start making a read. He's got another 8 to go, and it's still winnable. But by the looks of it, Job is just happy, using that head movement, ducking out of the way, leaning back at any points he can.
He's slipping slipping to the inside of that jab now as well, trying to load the left hook, which is actually working for him. And that's one thing Bone could probably do in this fight. Step in the inside, roll with your head, get some head movement going, then come back with your shots. But when you're always trying to lead and you're just getting slipped first immediately and then hit with the counters, it's not really going to work for him. So some head movement from Bone might be able to turn this around. He's just blocking high at the moment as Job steps out there as well. Left hook lands again, just catching on the inside with the check. And this is all Job so far. Stiff right there, just floats it in. Catches a left hook as he works the body there as well, but there's a left hook on the break, straight right on the counter as well. Love the shot selection from Job. It's not too many complicated weapons. Obviously, this is boxing now we're talking about. You don't have a ton of different shots, but he's making it work. Pouring out the gas tank right there, though. Bone now needs to step on the inside, work the body a little bit. He's backing off, Doc.
Yeah, if I'm Bone currently, I'm faking up top and then working the body. I know Roy Jones has got that guard, but if you can catch him to the body, maybe you can do a bit more damage to his stamina. It looks fairly full now. It's only been 2 rounds. If you can just work it, maybe later on into this fight, you can really start then going off.
Yeah, and you can tell Job's just trying to load that left hook as much as he can. That straight right left hook and then a right hook, then another left hook, 4-piece combination. Job there. Bone kind of ate all of it. Would love to see the damage on that man. Slowly, it will be building up. Obviously, you know, the damage system in this game accumulates slowly. You do have to land quite a few shots unless you catch them clean. Oh, stiff jab there. Breaks up the rhythm of Bone. He follows up with another left hook up top as well. Straight right over the top as Bone steps in. Double jabbing his way out now as well. And the big left hand. All Job, if you ask me. Bone having the... It's more, I feel like, rather than what Bone's doing and what Job's doing, the style matchup between the two fighters is just making it real tough for Bone. But the looks like the judges gave him the second round, and we're only on round 4, so Roy is loading up there with Job. Oh, I think the doc is muted, or I can't hear him. Never mind. Doc, if you can hear us, your mic has switched off, but we'll just carry on and flow anyway. 1-2 stiff there. Trying to load with the looping overhand right there. Long straight from Jones again there. Joe being able to plant his feet and still catch Bone, because Bone's just in and out constantly. There we go, Doc. I think you're good.
There we are. We're back. As you mentioned about Job here, he's now putting on the pressure. He's trying to change his style from being more on the back foot. He's now leading this fight, and he's just making Bone do even more work, having to back off, trying to use his punches to make him back off, as you can see there.
Oh, big right hand over the top, though, just as you said that. He's forced on the back foot. Bone finally catches him, and this is definitely a round in the bag here for Bone. Gonna make it 2 apiece unless we can see an answer from Job, who did not expect that. Right over the top, long right hand, as he's committing to this double lead hook on the inside. That lead hand of Roy Jones is so low, so you can see that right hand finding its home over the top. Did so right there in the pocket the second he stopped moving those feet, and that will probably put him on defense there for at least the next couple of rounds. Gotta be careful setting the feet. You see it on display right there from Bone.
I mean, Job's looking like the more technical fighter, but Bone is finding a way to do this. It may be the pick, it may be the stats, it is something, and he's just having a lot of success. He's got that stun when trading the pocket. I think if Bone continues the way he's going, if he makes this fight frustrating, I think that allows the technical fighter to make more mistakes, and that's going to really open up his ability to win.
Yeah, I mean, boxing, because it's over across such a long distance, having success in the early round and then suddenly having it taken away, stiff right hand on the inside from Bone, it can really affect you, you know, especially if you felt like you were the better fighter and all of a sudden you start losing. It can completely change your tactics, and we saw it right there from Bone. Long right hand over the top. You got to give that round to him. Probably 2 apiece here, and we've actually got a fight on our hands here, Doc.
Yeah, we do. It's what, most likely 2-2, as you said, and so you're now in this 5th round. You got another 5 after this, and well, someone's going to come out the victor, and you may even see another knockdown in between. Now it's starting trading pocket up close. Those jabs are coming to known for Bone, but again, it's those lead hooks. Just the lead hooks by Roy Jones that seem to be doing a lot of damage as well. Yeah,
for sure. It's hard for us to see exactly how much damage on Bone doing work, but he's keeping that guard high, now straight into the body. That stiff 2 on the inside is now beating the lead hook of Job, and he needs to be careful because that 2 is part of what rocked him right there. Now the high guard just taking those left hooks. Big load up again. Now the stamina's low. Job, like you said, maybe getting a little frustrated, starting to pull the gas tank out. If Bone doing work can recognize that, he can start putting the pressure on. But yeah, real methodical style from Bone, trying to get those jabs working. We see the big slips off the center line from Job here, trying to load that left hook, but nothing doing. Pull counters, trying to snap the straight right. now reacting to almost everything. Another right hand lands there over the top, and a lead uppercut as well, sneaking its way in. This is an interesting fight. Stiff 1-2 from Bone.
Not that lead hook again, though, by Roy Jones. He's really having an step of it. I feel like if he didn't throw his power as much, I think that's how he got caught the first time around, was he threw the power jab, got slipped, and then had that 1-2 from Bone coming in to get that stun. So if he's a bit more cautious with that power left hook, he's going to have a lot more success coming into these later rounds. It's just time to make sure, as you mentioned, that stamina keeps itself intact.
Yeah, you said it right there. There's now Bone putting the pressure on with the footwork. The feet are being planted there from Job. He's going to load up on those big shots. Stiff right, nothing doing. The double jab, step in. Bone not able to follow up. Eats a left hook for his troubles there. Very content to stay in the pocket. Doubles up to the body with the left hooks and then a straight right as well as the gas tank starts to fade a little on Job. Interesting round.
That was a wild ending to the round, both of them wanting to engage. But looks to it, the damage and stamina of Roy Jones is still fairly high, so it's still good to go. We can't see Bones, I don't think, sadly, but here we are, and this is the 6th round or 7th?
Ooh. This is the 6th round right here. There's a double up on that left hook right there. Nice and long by Job. Oh, the stiff right down the middle, though. Bone is still here doing work, as it suggests. The stiff right hand over and over. It's the timing on that, and it's beating that left hook every time he loads up on it. Oh, slip right hand. Doubles up on the left hook and tries to stay in the pocket and throw a few more. High guard, though, again from Bone, who just paws at the jab, tries to stay in, double jab straight as the body shots come looping out. Yeah, dog. Oh,
now they're trying. This is where Bone's getting most success. We can get Roy Jones just to brawl with him, have at him, and he can just find room, find the power shots because he's just unable to get the real extension on the shots. He's very good at getting at that type of medium range here.
Yeah, he's trying to time him, but it's not the same sort of flowing long shots to cover those distances in those opening rounds. Bone getting him to plant a little more, like you said, and he's been ripping the body himself. Big left hook, that landed nice, but double left shot to the body. Good answer from Bone, throwing it in there, tries to slip, eats a liver shot for his troubles. Didn't seem to do too much, though. And there's the stiff jab, snapping the head back. There's the 1-2. As the big looping shots come in right here, it just feels to me that Job is just throwing, whereas Bone's actually got a bit more of a game plan right now, trying to set up something specific, that long straight right. And Job, whenever they close the distance, is just letting it go with a straight right and the lead hook, but he's not really targeting and timing them as well as he was in these opening rounds here, Doc.
Well, it's a long time to stay technical. So if you're going to go into a boxing match 10 rounds of pure technicality, you've got to have the patience for it. And Joe May just got more frustrated, especially after the stun. Now he's just flinging shots at his opponent when he can.
Yeah, with low stamina as well, which is not going to play into his favor. It'll be interesting to see if we get the scorecards at this point as well, just how both men are doing. Is dead even. Look at that. 3 rounds each. You love to see it right now. Good work, and they gave that round there to Bone, doing work once again. So let's see, all to play for. Only 3 rounds left, so at this rate, you know, only 2 rounds to be taken from one man. Plenty in the gas tank from both guys. There's a right hand on the inside again from Bone, trying to pull with the jab. Right hook comes back over, but again, Job's planting his feet stiff 1-2 there. That was really nicely timed from Bone. Eats a jab though when he tries to close the distance a little more, and he's got him circled to the cage here. Let's see if he, the fence. No, the freaking ring. That's what I meant. the ropes, that's it. My bad.
He's moving out of the way. It was a lovely hook, but digs down to the body straight away afterwards, and now going up top, brawling like a crazy person. These two are just trying to find the holes for each other's game plan, it seems.
Yeah, Job just looping those shots in. Out of range a lot of the time, really relying on that lead hook. And again, you just see the stiff 1-2 as he circles out. Is going into the left hand is Bone, but managing to do his best to avoid it. Currently, there's the stiff jab on the inside. One more time, snaps him again. One more time. Right hook comes over, but the commitment to the 1-2s as Job again is just plying his feet, gets pull countered, and 1-1-2 lands nicely as well. Just completely different clash of styles. He gets hit with another 1-2. Big left overhand lands though, but look at the gas tank starting to fade, and this is great work from Bone. He's really found the distance on his jab straight. He's got Job planting his feet so he can time it, and it's just a question of will these power hooks that he's loading up on start to break through and land, because Bone doing work is able to start picking him apart right here. That was a nice liver shot though.
Yeah, the two main power shots both men are driving is you got Roy Jones with that power lead hook. He's coming in hot every time with it, trying to clip that chin of Robinson. Whilst Robinson's more using them leaning back, trying to then counter that power hook with a power straight, but he's just having difficulty just because the way Roy Jones is with how fast his shots are a lot of the time.
Yeah, and just right there at the end of the round, you kind of see where Job just plants his feet and just throws a flurry of punches, but it's not really that effective when you do that, especially if your opponent's just blocking or aware that the shots are coming. It's much better to sort of time them and set them up, and now the gas tank's starting to burn again here after another stiff right hand from Bone. 1-2, snaps the head back, pull counter 2 again, and this is what I mean, Job's just loading up. This is not the fighter he was at the start of this fight, being creative on the outside. He's just trying to flurry. And Bone sticking methodically behind the 1-2s. Oh, there's a long straight though. That snapped through. Rolls back with a big left hand. That's working as well. But double, triple body shots there as well. Nice work from Bone.
I haven't seen many uppercuts, I've realised, this game so far. It'd be interesting to see if any of them can implement that coming towards the end of this fight. Maybe throw a couple as someone digs around the body. But to be fair, they have been fairly headhunting here. Yeah,
there was a nice 2 as well when he rolled through. Like the looks of that from Bone doing work. Another stiff 2, doubles up on it, long pouring jab from Job here, but again, just out of range with the 1-2-3, hoping that Bone would step on the inside, but he's just being a little too defensive here, doesn't want any of that. That left hook landed kind of nicely, but the feet are being planted, rolls through for the left hook again. They're pulling each other's shots here, look at this, toe to toe with the lean backs. Only 2 rounds left right now. 1 minute left in the 8th round. It was dead even going into round 7. We don't know who won that one. Tripling up on these left hooks to the body again here. Nice work from Bone. Hard to call though, really. I mean, for all the shots that Job is missing, he is landing a couple of power shots here and there. Tough to see how the judges score it.
Bone's main weapons here have been that jab straight. Roy Jones has been that lead hook, and that's kind of been the game story so far. That power hook getting those counters off, but then Jesus, those two are just winging shots at each other.
Yeah, they just want to try and knock each other out, I think, at this point. They just want to take a knockout home with them. Tapping away there. There's the end. Going into the 9th round right now. No recovery from both men. Straight on through. 2 rounds left to take it. Really hard to tell who's up on the scorecards at this point.
Yeah, it's difficult. Boxing's hard as it is to score sometimes, and these teams are making it even more difficult. We thought Joe was winning at one point, but it turns out Bone was 1 around, and now suddenly they're even. Last time we checked the scorecard, so here we are now, and these two are still just so neck and neck.
Yeah, I'd love to see a little more head movement from Bone, and he's kind of showing it through right here, and still just blinding Job almost with the jab. Just throwing off the accuracy of some of those long shots. Again, he's reaching with the left hook straight right and nothing lands. Pull countering on the outside. Bone being really careful about when he's choosing to enter into the pocket. Gets caught right there with a little flurry, and there's a nice 2-3. Loads on the big left hook, doesn't land. And again, another whiff there as Joe plants the feet, trying to slip off the center line, come back with a left hook. Let's see if Bone can get on the inside, though, because he's not really let anything go significant in this round, and he's probably going to lose on activity if he can't step on the inside and let something go, Doc.
Yeah, it's just that jab straight so long that it can keep someone out. That's a lovely counter, though, and that's what Bone needs. He just needs to be able to corner him, needs to be able to cut off the ring just enough where he can then just engage completely Roy here.
Yeah, that was a nice straight right down the middle. Got a little flash off it as well. Seeing the long limbs of Job come out. Lovely pull back right hand there, right over the top. Full sended it. And now it's getting closer here with only 30 seconds pretty much left in this 9th round. Job still trying to commit to playing the feet, loading up. He took his feet with him with some of those left hooks. It might be a little better for him, but he just wants to plant and throw. That might be a bit of that UFC form mindset. We don't always want to be moving forward in these kind of situations, but he is just staying a little too short sometimes. Double shots to the body there. Gets a 1-2 on the inside. Tries to beat the left hand again there with a straight right. Does Bone doing work. Pull counter. That straight right would have been money, but it just missed up.
It only missed by a mere centimetres. You've got to imagine Roy Jones Jr.'s stats played somewhat into that recovery. 87-84 though, and it's looking like Roy Jones is going to take this victory here.
Yeah, the last 3 rounds I feel like he's just been more active, right, Doc?
It may be due to the stamina management, because you can see Roy Jones still got very high stamina. Although, as you mentioned, throughout this entire fight, he had moments of lower stamina. We haven't seen Bone's stamina, so you've got to imagine he's been trying some header power shots as well.
Yeah, I mean, Bone's got to just try and take him out right here. He's got to try and roll, find a big right hand somewhere. There's a nice right hook, but he needs to follow up on it. He can't land one. He's got to keep landing them in succession here if he doesn't get the flash like he got earlier in that third round, I think it was. And for Job, he can sit on the outside, loop these shots in. Like we said, missed a few of them, but he has just been throwing more aggressively. Or the jab game, the 1-2 game of Bone. It's been good. It's been working for him, but there's another straight right. Snaps the head back there as well. But Job, with that lead hook, I think he's just been doing the damage. There's a nice lead hook again to the body. Right hand lead uppercut. That was lovely work right there from Job.
That was beautiful slight work here. He's realised it's around, so he's waiting for Bone to come towards him. Bone knows he needs this finish, so it's just a case of Roy Jones putting out enough pressure here just to make Bone back off.
Yes, indeed. Left hook up high. Nothing lands there. 1 minute left. Bone needs to come forward here. Throw Hail Mary. I mean, if he wants to get this win, obviously it's tough to track down Roy Jones, especially when he's using that footwork modifier there, staying loose on the outside. But he needs to move laterally, cut the cage rather than just go straight forward here. Trying to trade these left hooks. Is Bone doing work? But only 20 seconds now. It looks like we're going to have our winner of our first ESFL Undisputed fight. Oh, no! Oh! He's rocked him! Can he take it down? Pressure coming forward, jab, big right hook just out of range, and so is that one. Wow.
Left. Oh my God. Goes ballistic at the end. That was a wild end indeed.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And there we go, though. The winner taking it home. Job getting the first win here in ESFL Undisputed Boxing history. A good performance, Doc. A good performance. We kind of criticized the tendencies a little bit to throw, out of range, trying to catch his opponent coming in and whiffing. But to be honest, with the game mechanics as they are, didn't cost him a lot of stamina. Pedro Lopez actually had it 95-95, which is very, very close. But he gave Roy Jones Jr. the final round, which is kind of crazy because Sugar Ray, he got stunned. I don't know what that judge is looking at there as well, but more activity as well. Although it wasn't too close. Both kind of throwing the same amount there. A hell of a lot more jabs landed on the side of Bone, but those hooks there, 160 hooks to 30, and I think that was the difference in this fight.
Yeah, 0 uppercuts either way. Like 0 landed as well. That was an interesting stat to see.
Trying to land them on the inside. There we go. All right, well, there we go, guys. I think everyone enjoyed that one. The first fight, not too bad. Nice competitive fight. Went the distance as well, which may be a theme here tonight with some of these fights. I feel like, as the game just stands at the moment, we can be honest about it. It is hard to finish people, Doc.
Yeah, it really is. And as you saw with those stuns there, it was very much the case of you can get the stun, but then they can run away quite a bit as well, so it makes it difficult to sometimes follow up and really get the finish. So unless you're able to cut the cage, ring, especially well, then you're going to have that trouble.
Yeah, indeed. I can see our next fighter is already in a fight. Don't know what he's playing at. He's got to sort himself out there because we're waiting for the next fight. There's people in the chat here, so maybe they'll be able to drop out of that one straight away. But that's a good way to get yourself a little demerit here in the ESFL. If you're not ready like that, you can't be in a fight. When it's your turn to fight, what is going on here? Obviously, this is the first card, though, and it sounds like we might be going back to the first fight if these guys are ready to go as well. Obviously, like we said, guys, this is day one. Looks like Pablo Grips is ready. Oh, perfect. Look at these professionals. All right, this fight is ready to go here. Another middleweight contest. Hopefully, we don't see everything the same here tonight. That I might be Sugar Ray Leonard again there as well, but we do have, it says King Pop and What a Genius. Is that right? It's King Pop and Pablo Grips, I believe, is What a Genius there as well. But these guys are locked in. Red corner for King Pop, blue corner for Pablo Grips. Countdown has started, Doc. Let's go for the second fight.
Yeah, that's how we definitely stop it. Right?
Yeah, I believe that's Terence Crawford and Sugar Ray locked in there as well. Oh no!
This isn't the But yeah, it looks like we've been hit by the same bug, I'm going to assume.
Well, maybe. Maybe it will launch anyway. We can all cross our fingers. I don't know if anyone in chat at home been experiencing the same issue when the clock counts down to get stuck about 3, because that's a little unfortunate, isn't it, having to deal with that? Especially because these guys clearly were ready, but we will see if the fight goes ahead anyway. Otherwise, they will have to restart real quick. Have some water here while we go. I like the Terence Crawford pick. That's nice to see. What did everybody in chat think of that first fight? Did you score it for Job and Roy Jones, or did you have it for the for Bone Doing Work and the Sugar Ray Leonard pick? I thought the style matchup was pretty good. We saw immediately like the differences in tactics that they just had to employ based on the fighters they pick, let alone their own tendencies as well, Doc, right?
Yeah, you really did, because you saw Jones with the long looping cross, and then Sugar Ray with those more straight shots, and so it was kind of that difference between the two, and it was really nice to see, as you said.
Yeah. I thought I won, but whatever, Bone Doing Work thought he won. I thought Bone, you drew on one judge's scorecard who should have given you the fight, I thought, if he was going to score it like that. But it's tough, man. It's tough in a game like this at the moment because there's not a lot of ways to stop your opponent from firing, you know, like in UFC 4, because you can do so much damage, you can get into a position where you can really deter your opponent from wanting to sort of engage with you. But whereas right now in Undisputed, you can just trade and there's not too many consequences to it. So the back and forth in terms of volume is usually quite high because you can just throw back constantly. So to actually hit and avoid getting hit is pretty difficult. So you end up with it being kind of fairly even, I feel, Doc.
Yeah, you really do, just because it's, as you mentioned, the game's ability to be hit back and forth, punish them effectively can sometimes lack, but it did look good. It was competitive, and at times you even saw Bone also get those stuns, so it was able in some cases. You just had to really make those moments open up for yourself. Yeah,
that makes sense as well. Yeah, this is like a post-fight interview with Bone here. I didn't know how to finish after I rocked him. Well, I think you got to punch him in the face, dude. I feel like that's how you got to finish him.
You did have success the second time rock. The first rock wasn't as good. It was more of a shock to everybody getting that sudden rock after Joe was so good for the entire thing. But that second rock, he did look like he was out for the kill, to be fair.
Yeah, and you had that, it was like that right hook that just fell a little short there as well. All right, so back to the picking stage here. We're going to see Terence Crawford and Sugar Ray locked in once again here. King Pop and Pablo Grips, welterweight, 10 rounds, ready to go through here as well. Maybe we'll end up, changing some of these damage modifiers or something within the ESFL rule set, just to make things a little more interesting, perhaps. Sometimes in games like this, there are sort of competitive modes that are created within the community with preset sliders in order to get like a baseline for a new competitive feel, you know?
Yeah, it's just seeing how the crew calendar is. Day one release. Let's see how people feel. Let's see what people find the best use, and I imagine whatever the community deems like is the best way to play it will probably be the way it's probably adapted in future.
Yep, it sounds good. It sounds good. All right, well, we're just getting ready in for the next fight right now as well. All right. So we have Sugar Ray and Terence Crawford. Once again, Pablo Grips taking on, who was it? King Pop. Pablo Grips, guys, of course, a long-time vet in the ESFL throughout multiple iterations of the UFC game. But Terence Crawford here on the left-hand side with King Pop on the right-hand side. What a genius for Pablo Grips in the blue with the Sugar Ray Leonard pick. This should be a good matchup. Oh, Crawford looks so smooth in this game.
Yeah, this time around they're in the welterweight division, not middleweight, so we get to see a different weight of Robinson so far. True. I think that weight is actually working for him, especially with how the height difference. It just means that Robinson gets that bit more length, and you may be able to see him use that length a bit more this time around.
Yeah, we saw a big, long left hook come out there from Pablo Grips already, who is usually quite an aggressive fighter, but I'm loving this head movement right now that's being employed by King Pop with Crawford, who keeps his hands high and got a low stance, so he's doing a good job rolling underneath, but wisely Pablo already targeting the body as a result, and he's stuck in with a few stiff straight rights. Nice left hook as well, doubling up on the left hand right there for King Pop, trying to make it work. But this is a fun matchup already. Snapping jab from Grips, powering up on that one. These guys are throwing a bit more leather.
They are definitely trying a bit more leather. It just seems like they're both trying to get their distance still. It's like they want to throw, they want to bang, but they just can't get in each other's faces enough yet.
Doubling up the left hook there, body head. I like that from Pablo. Then leaning back, relying on that block right there. It's a shame that left hook didn't land, as we just see the hands down head movement right there from King Pop. There's a roll into the right hand. He came back with that. That's nice and stiff. You got to like that. But jab, lead hook to the body. Another lead hook to the body, ends with the straight right here. Oh, and a left hook on the break there too. This is nice work from Pablo, who's definitely being the one to walk forward and be aggressive, get in the face of King Pop right now.
Yeah, he's having a lot of success so far, just walking forward, working that body, but at the same time, Crawford and his short arms are having a lot of success in that pocket, just because I imagine they're able to get the shots off quicker and faster than Robinson's there.
Yes, indeed. Long straight right. And a left hook up top there as well. Interesting first rounds. I would probably lean towards Pablo. I feel like he landed a few more of those hard shots there, the big left hooks to the body as well, trying to wear that gas tank down. But again, even just the stamina battle currently, as the game stands, not really a massive part of the narrative often in fights, unless you literally throw power shots all the time.
Yep, so far they seem to be fairly well versed in it, and both their stamina's pretty high. I'm going to assume Terence Crawford's is high, because we sadly can't see it, but so far both of them having a lot of success. Even down to that body though, which you've got to imagine as the time goes on, as the rounds goes on, that's going to do some stamina damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth to invest in a way, but also because, you know, if your opponent's moving their head and covering up, then you really should just target the body just in order to actually get damage off on your opponent if they're being so evasive, which you can kind of tell King Pop is doing a good job with, step sliding, hands high rolling as well. There's a check hook on the break there, though. That was nice. It's a long left hook that comes flying out there from Pablo with the Sugar Ray pick, and he's just going toe-to-toe, getting in his face, forcing these exchanges. Got to be careful, though, because King Pop's rolling through, trying to plant that right hand over the top. He's landed it a few times. Oh, stiff straight right lands there, though. You're going to love that.
That was a brutal straight there. You see, you can just see glimpses of so many possibilities from both of these fighters that open up so many avenues. It's just trying to capitalize on them, and still being fairly new to the game. You've got to imagine that's not exactly muscle memory just yet.
No, not just yet. I wonder if these guys are using the face buttons or using the stick as well. Way to just hang in the pocket there from King Pop, let him have it on the return. Trying to get that left hook working. That was not a yawn. We're carrying on.
40 seconds left in the round. Both of these guys just engaging like pitting bodies here. They just want to knock each other's heads off. Having a lot of success. Digging down to that body by Pablo, and that lead hook seems to be the name of the game for him here. He just wants to hit it to the head or the body wherever he can really land it.
Yeah, I like that King Pop is using this lateral movement and stepping out, but sometimes he's planting his feet just waiting for that counter shot. And the head movement's all well and good, but that's when Pablo's whacking that body, like you said, going down low with it. We're seeing down a bit on the head health, or the health overall there as well from Pablo Grips. But, you know, 8 more rounds to go between these two. They've already been chucking leather at each other. No rocks yet so far. More step sliding rolls with the double uppercuts right there as well. The little shoe shine, you got to love that. Steps in with a straight right. This is good work from King Pop, and another big right hook lands.
Yep, now starting to hold that middle of the ring, and if you're Pablo here, that's what you want to do. But that stamina suddenly get a bit lower now, create a bit of distance and able to get back into the action. It seems to be the case so far that you can very quickly expand stamina, but it's very difficult to regen it in a quick manner.
Yeah, and Pablo's stepping in and trying to throw all the time. So King Pop kind of just needs to block and then return fire. I felt like if Pablo stepped in, jabbed, then stepped out, he could get King Pop swinging and missing on these counter shots and then re-enter himself. But because it's just 1-for-1 constantly, he's getting tagged like that with these counter shots, because King Pop knows every time he comes forward, he just needs to cover and return. He knows there's no fakes or feints coming out right here. Big whiff on the right hook that gave Pablo a chance. But the high guard, the head movement, making it work for him. Straight right hook right there as well. I'm liking the work so far from King Pop in this round.
Yeah, he's had a lot of success here so far. He's a shorter fighter, but he seems like he's got very long arms as well, and he's able to manage that distance effectively. Mentioning back on Pablo, though, as you mentioned, if he can mix up the difference of how he enters, it's going to give him a lot of success. But if you're Terence, also probably digging down to the body would be an idea. So when he comes in and he wants to exit the pocket, after throwing that big combo, digging down the body when the stamina's low, is probably going to do a bit of chunk of damage to the stamina here.
Yeah, I would like to see Pablo also lead to the body and then finish up top, rather than go the other way around, because the initial shots get rolled up top, and then when he's thrown to the body, he's getting hit with the counter shots when his hands are down. But if he starts to the body and ends up top, just like that, it's going to work out a little better for him. They went lead hook right hand over and over again, burnt the gas tank out at the end of that round. Good recovery, though, so far. I mean, he's probably got enough to go the distance, but all 3 rounds for King Pop right there with Terence Crawford. I just feel like he's been more efficient, and his counter shots have been doing damage, and they've been hard.
Yeah, now starting to dig down his body and the head by Pablo. But
nice straight
again,
right.
he's having some success. He's not having much success trying to hit his opponent, but the body shots will always hit if you can get them timed right.
Straight right to the body as well. Nice job. Double left hook. There's a left hook up top there. Again, started to the body, finished up high. That was nice work for Pablo, working for him as well. Left hook, straight left hook. I like that one too. The slide back movement, though, from King Pop on Terence Crawford. He's just fighting a very smart fight. Again, left hook, straight right. That landed flush, but a double shot to the body himself. As both men step on the inside off the jab, trying to trade again here. Looking for that pull counter is Pablo, UFC 4 style, trying to land it with the strong straight right over the top as well. And again, another cheeky left hook to the body, finds a home left hook, right hand, left hook to the body as well, burning the tank. But those are good combinations, Doc.
Yeah, mentioning to the previous fight, you see the stamina of Robinson a lot lower than what we saw Jones's. So you got to imagine Bones from the last fight here. But we also got to imagine Terrence's, because both of them are engaging quite fast, quite heavily and non-stop. So he's not really given enough of their stamina to recover here.
Yes, indeed. Slowly making his way forward again here. Just such a more patient game, I feel like, coming out from King Pop, where Pablo's just constantly thinking offense, offense, offense. It's another stiff right and then circles out. There's no commitment to a combination off that. Just trying to find the home for the single shots, and it's working for him. Pull counter, tries to snap with a jab, doesn't get it. Pablo steps in, straight right, lead hook to the body as well. There's another straight right to the body. Loving that straight right to the body right now from King Pop, Doc.
He is having a lot of success with those body shots, and you know, if imagine keeps now sneaking them, it's only going to get more effective as time goes on, but it also means it's a possibility of Pablo being able to read it, which means he needs to make sure that as he's continuing that, he finds another opening to exploit to make life more difficult for Pablo, to make sure that even if that one avenue's cut off, he's got another avenue to go down.
Yeah, you're right. And that's where it comes down to, you know, you have a limited weapon. So in terms of being able to adjust tactically, things get a lot harder because you have so little sort of tools to play with. But at the same time, it's then in the subtlety of the details of what you're actually choosing offensively and defensively. But the way that you slip and roll with Crawford on this game just looks so smooth and so well controlled and well showcased here by King Pop.
Yeah, he's having a lot of success with those slips, making sure just to stay in between the shots when he can, and also dig down that body, as I think we've mentioned a few times now. So hopefully that can continue on into the next round, and hopefully we will be able to see Robinson able to try mixing a couple other shots and find an exploit of his own to open up here.
Yeah, and we'll see if Pablo comes out with that same aggressive style. Crawford again there, King Pop digging that straight right to the body, steps back to the inside, trying to load it up. There's a nice left hook after a roll on the outside as well. Just making himself so hard to hit. Oh, tries to step in with the double jab, eats a straight right, then 2 left hooks to the body. And that's good there from Pablo. Needs more of that in this round, though. Really trying to pull back, play the long game. But that long straight right, stiff on the inside. There's another straight right, landing some shots now and working the body wisely as the guard stays up. King Pop puts his back to the ropes here. This is a good round so far for Pablo. Let's see if he can keep up the momentum.
Yeah, it's good so far. He seems to have lost his range a bit, perhaps because I think Crawford isn't wanting to engage because he's got hurt so early on. So he knows he doesn't want to try to lose it. Maybe he's trying to just give up this range, try not to take as much damage and reset for the following one. But it's a minute 30. It's got a minute 30 left on the round. It's still a good amount of time to start making a comeback if he wants to here.
Oh, hands were down for that left hook that came up as both men trade on the inside. We are starting to see the gas tank fade a little on Pablo here as well, certainly more than in the last fight, and we're only halfway through this fight right now as well, Doc. So for all these power shots he's been landing, it's definitely starting to take it out of his gas tank. Nice return there to roll back with the left hook. Didn't land, fully flushed over King Pop. And Pablo really trying to close this out on the inside. There was a little 1-2 reach for the left hook, but nice ringmanship there from King Pop, just turning him away, putting him with the back towards the ropes there as well. And now getting him to miss. Looks like King Pop's just taking this round off. Doc knows he's lost it, perhaps. Happy to give it up and get some more gas tank burnt from Pablo Grips.
Yeah, he's realised a lot of the power shots a lot of the shots are being thrown his way are power shots, and so if he can just force Pablo to throw more to try and get more damage off, he can kind of get a better stamina advantage than exploit later in the round. Because this seems to be the case that Terrence is wanting to find openings, find ways to exploit his opponent to then capitalise them on later rounds, and not necessarily finish in the early rounds here.
Yeah, stiff 1-2 there as well to get things started. You know that Pablo's going to be hunting for that straight right. He landed it plenty of times in the last round to great success. More body work, though, from King Pop on Crawford on the outside, perhaps recognizing the stamina difference. Oh, there's a nice 2, and then step through as well with a 3. Love the movement on that. Some animations just look so smooth sometimes in this game, Doc. It is really nice to see.
Yeah, some of the animations really do, and when you see them, you just know the amount of time and effort they've been put into it, and it just makes it look even slicker when you put it off yourself and you're just able to make it look beautiful.
Yeah, I really do like the moveset on Terrence Crawford, just in terms of what I've seen so far. Big digging right hook to the body, though. That was nice. Tries to fire back with another one, and this commitment to all this body work has certainly paid off, but there was a tight straight right there as well. Lands one of his own and tries to load up on the big right hand. Does Pablo grips a Sugar Ray Robinson, but just not able to land again. Trying to pump the jab from the outside, now banging the big right hook, but it's just coming off the gloves. Left hook out of range, right hand not there. They trade a little on the inside there as well, but I think King Pop, even though he's not throwing too much, seems to be just wearing all these shots better and taking these exchanges a little better as well. Straight right there, and the left hook to follow up.
It's looking like Robinson's trying to lead with that power body shot, but the issue is Crawford's always making sure he's just out of the way of it when he can, and so then he either misses and encounters or just leaves it be because the stamina drain of it has already done enough damage he needs to for later.
Yeah, you're right about that. Pablo, this whole fight has been walking forward. We've seen different stances, different movements. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Different stances, different movements. King Pop has mixed up the offense and defense very well, where I feel like Pablo has just been offensively minded. I feel like King Pop is still up on the scorecards in this one here.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. I'd be shocked, to be honest, if it was 58-56 to King Pop. Yeah.
4-2 right now. Those 4th and 5th rounds, the 5th round was kind of obvious. We saw how much damage he did with the straight right. And now 4 rounds left. We'll see if Pablo's stamina can hold out. There's a nice check hook there, as well as King Pop slides back, using all of the ring here as well. 1-1-2, nothing really gets through. Straight right again. He looked for it, but there's a step in 1-2 counter. Nice work from King Pop.
Yeah, Robinson's about half stamina, which is really causing issues, especially on power shots, because it means that a lot of his stamina gets drained pretty quickly, and he can't do the same type of combos he was trying to at the beginning, where he's 2 or 3 power shots in a row. And this time around, he can only really get one before he has to retreat again.
Yes, indeed. 1-2 down to the body. Oh, left hook up high as well. Left hook to the body. Nice work. Now landing a few more shots. Those dug in nicely. I love the way that, it's very subtle, but King Pop is constantly circling back to the center of the ring here. And anytime he gets his back towards those ropes, he's just circling back to the middle. Look, there he goes again. So any advancement that Pablo Grips makes by being the aggressor and walking forward, King Pop's very subtly always turning him around. There he goes, back to the center one more time.
Yeah, and it's beautiful to see because that's where he's succeeding, is that ringmanship, the ability to keep his opponent at bay just by the means of the footwork, and it's really coming to pressure. He doesn't need to throw a lot of punches. Pablo is wanting to throw a lot of punches to try hit his opponent because he's frustrated, but then Crawford is just like 1-2 and then out the pocket again. It's very basic, but it's being used beautifully.
Yeah, and there's a left hook again with a little flash to break some more down off that stamina here. I think King Pop might end up running away with this one. Ooh, a little trade at the end. Pablo's got to do something. He's got to find a home for that straight right. The pull counters were working. I really think he can't just walk forward. He's got to find a way to bait out some offense, slip, and then land his own shots in return.
Yeah, especially with the stamina now, it's definitely the case of you're looking for counters. You're looking for big shots to really just do a lot of the impact now, because you can't throw punches in bunches here because your stamina's low, and trying to get through that block's going to be difficult enough. So you're really wanting to use that counters just to open up a window for you to land your power shots.
Doubling up there as well. Lead hook, right hook to the body. Lead hook comes up top with the right hand, but King Pop is waiting for him. Lands a stiff shot of his own. Now going back to that straight right to the body, nothing landing. But the defensive form from King Pop, you know, Pablo walked forward there and he just didn't even throw. He just felt like he couldn't even get through the guard. Has little stamina left to do so. And yeah, now just loading up on these big left hooks. You can see the confidence of King Pop, just ready to just plant his feet, take these shots, roll through and look for his own. If that straight right can come out, though, from Pablo Grips, he might be able to turn things around. Loads of the left hook. That one kind of slipped the guard a little. Ooh, that one turned the head as well. But King Pop is still here all day.
Yeah, he's just standing there now. It seems like he's not too bothered about the power shots coming at him. He's taking them on his guard, but for the most part, he's having a chill time, having a lot of success as well. And so far, it's more just controlling the movement of Robinson, because you can see he's not really going too aggressive, and Pablo is just wanting to stand his ground each time. So it's allowing him to really get a read on the strikes, pull out, get another read on the strikes, pull out, and then probably within the next 2 rounds, I'm expecting him to really exploit that and just use all these weapons to make the big counters.
Stiff jab to the body there as well to follow up. Nothing doing from that one. Left hook, right hand over the top as well. Pablo eats more, though, on the back foot. Straight right to the body. Been the story of this fight. I can't help but feel as we approach the end of the 8th round. Just 2 more in it, but King Pop so far looks like he's going to sail away with it. Unless Pablo can do something big.
Well, we saw Bone do something big at the end of the last round with a stun. Maybe he can do the same. His stamina is a lot lower. Well, I think we're both pretty certain of that. However, all you need is one big counter, you got to admit.
Well, if he can follow up and finish as well, because we talked about, like, in the current state of this game, how hard it is as well, not to just get the rocks, but then to stay on your opponent long enough to land the shots. You really need to kind of trap them in the rings, or they are just going to, or in the corners, I should say, or they're just going to fade back away from you. And if you wind up with the big shots and then you miss in those situations, it just gives them all that time to recover. And you're only going to get like 3 seconds max to just try and swarm and land a bunch of shots at the same time. So he's going to need to set up the knockout punch, but also in a position where he can follow up on it as well. And right now, the movement from King Pop is non-stop right here. Sticks the right hand, doesn't come out for him. But the stamina is just, again, so low on Pablo Grips right here with Sugar Ray Robinson. Trying to hit that right hand, but it's just not happening.
I respect the movement, but I feel like I'm getting somewhat dizzy from watching it at the same time. It's impressive to just see this ability to use the footwork in its entirely capable. It's a great example of it, but at the same time, it does make you dizzy if you're not careful.
Yeah, I think if you're playing, it might be a little different. The motion blare is on as well. Maybe that can get turned off too. Left hook to the body there, though. He's landed a bunch of them, has Pablo. Lots of left hook to the bodies, considering all the head movement of King Pop, but he's just not landed anything stiff enough to cause some serious damage, to drain the tank, or even to, you know, cause King Pop to shut down in any way. It's just every now and again, big left hook to the body, but not able to cover up on it. And there, a long lead hook, and he kind of faded away after that one as well. Stiff jab to the body, came back with a 2 after it. But King Pop, again, kind of almost taking this round off a little bit here, Doc.
Yeah, it does seem to. I wonder if his stamina is about as low as Robinson's, because in this case, I feel like gotta respect it. Last 2 seconds of the round. I feel like in this case, we're not sure on Terrence's stamina. I think it's higher than Robinson's. I'm going to make that assumption because he's been a lot more laid back in with shots. He's not throwing as many power shots, but maybe it's not as high as we think it is, and maybe he doesn't realize that Robinson isn't nearly as gassed.
Forget about it. He's ahead on the scorecards. Forget the narrative that we've been talking about this entire fight. He's ahead on the scorecards. It's down to this round 10 right here. King Pop needs to pull something out, or he's going to lose it to Pablo Grips, who, yeah, those lead hooks to the body have been accumulating and working. Now, to be fair, we have kind of noticed King Pop has been taken off the last 3 rounds, and he's lost the last 3 rounds because of it. I mean, that's just an example of that right there, where perhaps you felt like you're sailing your way, you're being nice and defensive, but the offense is just not coming out as often. And although Pablo's been burning the gas tank, he has at least been throwing the shots, and he's been landing some, especially to the body. There's another big lead hook there, so best weapon for him. Let's see if King Pop can adjust, maybe find an uppercut, because right now he's going to need to do something.
He's going to do something big. We were, as you mentioned, the narrative was going all in favour of him because he's the one who's looked like that fighter. He's had beautiful examples of the footwork, but Pablo evidently with those lead books, just constant, even with the low stamina, non-stop. He's just come at his opponent just playing aggressively every single time, and it's just evidently worked the way he needed it to.
Yeah, we'll see what the actual scorecards are at the end of the fight as well, because those ones at the bottom of the screen, they're just predicted scorecards. They're not like the actual live scoring, so we'll see 3 judges, how they will score it right at the end, which is always nice to see as well. Proper breakdown round per round. That's a nice feature of this game, actually. I really like. You even get the judges' names and who scored the fight. Left hook there, though, from King Pop. So maybe King Pop is okay. We can't always trust those predicted scorecards, but man, at least it's closer than perhaps we were making it out to be, as Pablo is now just redlining the heart rate of Sugar Ray Robinson right here. Not even caring. 15 seconds left. Let's go. Left hook to the body with a nice flash. Long left hook misses there again from King Pop. As Pablo stays disciplined, straight right to the body, comes back with another lead hook. Or straight right lands as well. Or big left hook. They're trading to the end. And that is our second fight in the books. And the winner there on Sugar Ray Robinson. Pablo Grips gets it done. Once again, we are wrong, Doc. I feel with what we were talking about here, mate.
Yeah, I feel like every time so far, this entire last 2 fights is we've built this narrative, which is evidently true from what we're watching, but apparently the judges are seeing something else. 97 to 93.
Maybe we don't know. Maybe we just don't know boxing. Maybe that's the case.
Apparently we don't, according to the judges.
Perhaps we're rewarding the defense a little bit too much, because I bet if you look at the numbers, it was evident that Pablo was throwing more, 100%. It just seemed like King Pop was evading and landing his own counters. But if you're throwing more and most of them land, I mean, you're outscoring your opponent there. So they don't really necessarily score defenses high. Let's see if we can see the second part of the scorecard here before we go to the next one. I would love to see the stats on this one.
I'll be interested to see how many lead hooks Pablo's throwing to starters and just, yeah.
I don't know if they're going to show it to us here, guys. We will tell you the stats if we can see them. Someone is just flicking the mouse around the screen. We'd like to see the next page. There we go. Hey. So, yeah, so hook. What a genius here. 142 hooks landed to 95 and fairly even across the board. I mean, 268 to 264 in terms of the actual shots that they both output. And that's what I mean. The game is so even. I mean, there were literally 4 strikes in it because you can give and receive very easily. It's not too difficult to, well, it is difficult. It is difficult to hit and not get hit in this game because you are able to just trade and walk through shots. There's not a lot of stopping power that prevents your opponent from moving forward when you're trading. But at the same time, what a genius going with the hooks. Comes out on top because of that. The left hooks to the body, I'm sure, contributed a lot to that final number as well. So anyone out there, take note. You love your jabs, you love your straights, but you got to get those hooks going.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful job. The footwork there looked fantastic, but if you're going to be using that footwork, make sure to get your counters off as well, do that damage. I have a sneaky suspicion this game may be working like the UFC 4 judge system. It's all based around damage, not less defense, as you mentioned. I think maybe we are rewarding a bit too much in terms of defense here.
Yes, and I've just seen that the woke sports fan who's up next, we have to crop his screen slightly, because he's got himself on camera, which is fair enough if he's doing his YouTube stream. Unfortunately, that's not usually how we do things here at the ESFL for sake of the viewers at home. But maybe we can figure things out there. Anyway, but 2 fights down, Doc. Both of them went distance. Both of them competitive, for sure. No one whitewashing anybody else. And no knockouts yet so far. Only 2 real flashes in the last fight, eh?
Yeah, they've all looked very competitive, all uniquely different styles. In fact, you've seen in each aspect of how he can play the boxing game, how he can use different aspects of it. And he's looked very impressive across the board here.
Yeah, indeed. It seems like we're going to welterweight for the next fight, and it will be the woke sports fan taking on screen there, FN's finest. So Fight Night's finest here as well. So I'm excited to see, someone from Fight Night making a transition into the ESFL. We've had 1 or 2 Fight Night cards before where we've had some guys really turn up, you know, and show their elite skills. When we had some of the top UFC guys take on some of the Fight Night guys, and the Fight Night guys in some regard dominated and showed, you know, what they knew about boxing, because it's such a different game of tactics. The fight is drawn out over a much longer period. It does feel like this game at its current state, though, it's hard to implement a long-term game plan necessarily, because you need to get your offense out there, because the stamina's not really playing into it, and because if you don't throw back and just evade and be defensively sound, you're not going to score really enough points, because it is so hard to just avoid all the incoming damage.
Well, it's day one. The game's only been out for 2 hours now, I'm pretty sure. So you already got good ideas. So hopefully devs can get hold of it, hopefully make the better adjustments, and you'll see how it goes.
Yes, indeed. All right, it looks like the Woke Sportsman has fixed the stream there, which we do appreciate. I don't know if he's going to see this, but thank you very much for changing your setup for us. But we're ready to go. Looks like it's going to be another welterweight matchup, another Sugar Ray Robinson versus Terence Crawford matchup here as well.
Well, we get to see how two of the same fighters compare with two different sets of fighters. Been interesting.
We've got the round length on 3 minutes here, which I don't know if that's real-time minutes, real-time seconds, because that will be a 30-minute fight potentially we're about to watch. I believe it's relative time 1.5, so that speeds it up there. So it's actually going to be 120, which is 2 minutes. So we're good there. We're good. I was going to say 30-minute fight, I don't know about that one, but 20 minutes is fine. Okay.
I wonder if we'll get the 3 minute, we'll get the 3 second bug. Be a question.
Oh yeah, we have had it.
That's always the suspense
time
as we get into the fight.
I wonder if it's being in the lobby for a certain period of time as well that causes that to happen.
We're going straight into it though. That's always nice to see.
Yes, indeed. I like the loading screens here, getting some nice renders of these fighters' faces.
Get little tips in the corner as well. Always nice to know.
Yeah, I don't know if there are any in-game tutorials or anything like that at the moment. Sometimes games these days don't always have them. Do you remember when you get the little booklets in the back of games for your tutorials?
Oh, they were always
inside the CD cases. I mean, that was amazing. That you just like get the game all the way home. You were just like reading it, like, oh man, I can't wait to do this. You don't get those. You don't even get cases anymore. Yeah, you don't get buttons anymore. No one's doing that anymore. You just start playing the game. Tutorials have to be so different these days.
I do miss them too. They were a brilliant little.
I miss them. Yeah, they were amazing. Hope we get the load in here. There we go. Oh no, looks like the stream has ended. Oh, no. Back to us. At least that person's YouTube recommended wasn't anything too crazy. So that's nice to see that. Oh, we were on there though, on the thumbnail. We were on the YouTube recommended. I like that. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Guys, out of the 2 fights so far, best fight number 1, fight number 2. I thought they were both fairly competitive, right?
Yeah, I think they were fairly competitive. You had the first one, Bone. I mean, both times we were talking, we were bigging up the person who was apparently losing for some of the fight. According to
I think we were commending the more sort of like technical fighter, but really it was the aggressor, the one that was just throwing more shots. And just happened to be landing more shots. It's not even necessarily more shots, the one that was just throwing more power shots, really, as well.
Yeah, you had the Pablo with just the lead hook to the body, and then you had Bone with the power straight as well. But to be fair, in the Roy Jones fight against Robinson, was it? Yeah, Robinson, it was very much the case of the power lead hook versus the power straight.
Right, here we go. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look like the next fight is ready, and it looks like the fight we were just about to watch has calmed down, and I don't think these two are fighting, so no, we're okay. Looks like J MMA is warming up. So we were supposed to see the Woke Sports Fan versus FN's Finest, but yeah, looks like the Woke Sports Fan stream has just gone down. Obviously no fighting games have spectator modes because they don't care about us, you know.
Evidently not.
That would make our job a lot easier, so but we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait right here. We're just getting some word in the back. Okay, we're going to try and get J MMA in here ready. I can see Pryoxis is already live. He's ready to go. He's ready to get this on. But we'll have to see if Jay is ready to go here as well. trying to fight some yawns I've got coming on, Doc. I apologise. And I'm having a good time.
It's contagious. Yeah, no, it is a good
Somebody
time.
knock someone out, okay, and then we'll get.
Yeah, that'll be handy. Just knock each other out. Stand in the middle of the ring, wait for your stamina to recover, and just fire power shots at each other.
Exactly.
That'll make for a killer fight.
Has anyone found? Let's ask chat here. Has anyone in chat found their favourite fighter to use on the game yet? Because I think we've got over 50 to kind of pick from at the moment. But and there's also a bunch of other stuff coming. There's like career mode and stuff coming as well. Have you got a favourite fighter on here, Doc? Did you mention it was Roy Jones?
Yeah, no, from the beta I played, it was Roy Jones, but the one I'm really hyped to be using for when I finally download the game will probably be Canelo. I want to see how he plays, to be fair.
Okay, yeah. Canelo is a favourite. I've seen a few people play with him already. Don't make me tired, dude. That's not my fault if you're tired. Okay, you should get some more sleep. Come on now.
What about you? Any fighter you're interested in using?
Well, I do want to give Terence Crawford a go now that I've seen him as well, but I've got to play around with a few of the southpaws as well. Oh, is that? No, that's not the fight. I keep thinking that we're about to see the fight here, but yeah, we're just still going through each of them at the moment. Can we see the fight card for people who didn't see it earlier on tonight, and we'll just run that through so people at home can take a quick look. So if you haven't seen it, yeah, of course, we've had King Pop versus Pablo Grips. That was the fight we just saw. Before that, we had Joby and Bone doing work. He went first here tonight. So right now, fight 3, we're trying to get Fight Night Finest and Woke Sports Fan together, but the Woke Sports Fan stream just went down, and I think he may not have realized, so he might actually just be in that fight right now, which would be unfortunate because they would have to restart that as well.
That would be very unfortunate.
Then we've got Jay MMA against Jay Sober, which Jay is in a fight right now, so otherwise we get that one ready. But coming up, fight number 5 as well, Suave Jamie. For those of you who watch the ESFL here and the UFC side of things, Suave Jamie against Ben Jammy will be an awesome fight. Once we get through to it, it'll be interesting to see Suave Jamie in a boxing-only competition here. And then Studdy and Darhkseid as well in number 6, the co-main event. In the main event, we've got Pryoxis coming up against B3 Wordlife, who I think might actually be having to pull out, so we might be getting a replacement for Wordlife. But we will get Pryoxis in here anyway, regardless. So
I'm going to say, out of all the fights we got on this card tonight, which one are you most hyped for? Because personally, I'm most hyped for Suave Jamie versus Ben Jammy, to be fair.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do love watching Suave Jamie fight as well. But when is it not fun to watch Pryoxis? You know what I mean?
Very true.
Especially to see Pryoxis try and play maybe in a bit more of a, I don't know what style he's going to come with, but there's a lot of sort of movement things and technical nuances to the movement game and defensive game that I'm sure Pryoxis will want to take advantage of. So.
Yeah, in this game, he can't kick the legs or shoot takedowns to try to grind his opponent down. He's just got to use that jab and really figure out his movement, though. So, it's gonna be
yeah, I mean, he doesn't really shoot the takedowns too often. For those of you asking in chat, what happened with Fight Night Finest and Woke Sports Fan? Just as the fight was about to start, Woke Sports Fan's live stream went down, so we are not able to watch that fight currently, and their stream has not gone back up. So. When it goes back up, we'll be able to do that one. It's either that or we're getting fight 4 ready as well, or even fight number 5. Anyone who's ready would be good at this point, just to keep the action going. Yeah, we're not too bothered as long as we can get something moving through.
Just want to watch two people box each other in the face. It's
I mean, I'm always excited to watch 2 people box each other in the face. That's fine with me.
No, maybe we have
whatever's good.
Up.
Oh. Well, Suave Jamie, yeah, like you said, looks like Suave Jamie is up right now. And I would be definitely happy if we got that fight right now. I might stop yawning. I'm just kidding.
You definitely see some technique from both.
We've said this a bunch today. Like you said, this is 3 hours into the game release now, if that 2 hours and 20 minutes into the release of the game. So whatever we can get, we will take at this point as we move through this 7 fight card for you. And it looks pretty good. Be interesting to see if any of the... Okay, so we're just looking for the opponent for Suave Jamie at the moment as well. Damn it, Woke. I know, Trevor. I know, man. Go shout at him, okay? Go shout at him. Hope they ain't fighting exactly, Matrix. That is what I thought, that they might have actually started fighting Doc, right? And not realized that the stream went down. And then here are the results. I guess I'll get to have a rematch in the worst case scenario as well. So there we go.
Yeah. Hopefully they get that issue sorted out soon. Hopefully we can just get a fight. It would be nice to watch some more. We've had 2 fantastic fights already. Because you had the not the Wordlife one. Wrong guy.
All right. We should probably point out as well that JMMA and Suave Jamie, both content creators, both guys who will be playing and making content for Undisputed, I'm sure, as well. So go check them out on YouTube in the meantime as well. JMMA and Suave Jamie. Boom, ba-doom. How many of you guys want to play this game but don't have a PC? That is the question, isn't it? Because I feel like on release, on actual game release, Doc, there might be even more kind of like hype around this as well.
Yeah, you have to imagine console launch as well. It's going to be an interesting time just to see how many people on console do.
Oh, apparently, yeah, we've just had some information here, and I'm sure chat won't like this. Some guys aren't getting ready in the lobbies because they're still practicing. I mean, I understand. This isn't an official like ESFL record that's happening tonight. This is an expedition card. We've never had anything like this before.
The game just got released 2 hours ago. We get it.
I know.
Played. Come on. Like you had Bone and oh, who was his opponent? Sorry to Job. You had Job and Bone doing work. Come out here and put on a performance, both without any evident practice properly, and they just came out, looked fantastic, and put on a fight and a half.
Yeah, and I think at the same time, you know, this is why when we run a season, you know, we hand out demerits and stuff for people who aren't getting in lobbies on time or have things going wrong, and it will affect you because you won't be able to play next week. Maybe considering, well, we have another event tomorrow, I think, as well. I might be wrong about that, but either way, it looks like somebody is just getting their picks through here on the Suave Jamie end, but Suave Jamie's opponent doesn't seem to be here, or maybe Suave Jamie's opponent is ready to go as well. But we appreciate you guys are upset there in the chat. Look, bruh, I hear you, bruh. Let's get it in there. Is the game fully out on PC? Sir Mankind, who's asking that in chat. The game is not fully out anywhere yet, mate. This is early access on PC. You know, it's kind of something that Steam does now, ever since I think like games like Minecraft started coming out, where they were like, okay, the game's not finished, but you can play it, and we'll continue to update and improve the game. So the game is in a state where, hey guys, if you want to play it, you can, but this is not the game. This is just the game as it stands, and we will continue to update and release it as well. So I like that there's, you know, early access as a thing as well right here, but you know, maybe it leads to this kind of a thing, Doc, where people scared.
Yeah, to get into games to put on a competitive matchup. Well, again, you've got names like Suave Jamie and these, and Pryoxis here, who are competitive in their nature in what they play as well. So you've got to imagine they're wanting that practice to make sure they don't lose. But at the same time, the game's only been out 2 hours. Nobody's going to really hold it against you if you lose to someone.
We might as well just watch Pry and just start commentating on his fights. So he's in it right now as well. There we go. So for those who are asking as well, you can download the game. Yep, you can download the game on Steam right now and just play, just jump on it and have a good time. Get involved, start figuring things out as well. Pry's having some good fights right now, so we'll go from there. I'll have to buy the full game as well. So it won't be 2 purchases. You just buy, if you buy the game now in early access, I think it's 25. I paid £25 for mine. So if you get the early access, that's it. You own the game. You won't have to then repurchase on release, and you get a bit of a discount as well here for early access. But yeah, we don't want to have to go to an intermission here, guys. But me and Doc are just rambling on at this point, aren't we, Doc?
Yeah, we really are. We've seen 2 fights. We've enjoyed it. We've seen 20 rounds. And so far, it's been good. It's just we need to get more fights going, because otherwise we are going to be yawning more.
Well, I mean, like most of these guys are streaming. They're just, you know, some of them are fighting randomers right now. I don't.
I mean, we had Woke versus Finest, but with their
unprofessional at the ESFL level. This is. Let's full screen. Can we have a look at what Suave Jamie's doing here anyway, and just take a look at some of the fighter picks, and we can break down some of the different stats for people as well. I don't know if Jamie is watching or waiting, but he was looking through the roster here as well. So yeah, it's okay. I don't know if Jamie is paying attention to us, but if Jamie can show us some of the fighter picks here as well, it'd be good. There we go. So in terms of the stat breakdown for people who haven't seen it, Each fire, you got vitality, stamina, speed. There we go as well. Look, Jamie, this is a world champion right here in the ESFL, showing things off for you. So the health stats are broken down into individual body health and head health there as well. Stamina regeneration is separate from overall stamina, as well as recovery in between rounds, and then conditioning, which I believe pertains to your maximum heart rate and recovery across that board. Speed as well, 5 stats in it. So they've really kind of gone into the nitty-gritty details, which is nice to see. Yeah, UFC 2 style as well, with individual like punches being rated at different levels, which is good because some fighters do have better tendencies than others. They're trying to create true to life fighters here as well. And in terms of like the overall stats across the board, you've got like 91s, you've got 77s. You know, I think like the lowest in UFC 4 is an 85. Ricky Hatton coming in there with left-hand power. Yeah, we go 80, 81 and 84 on the right hand, which is nice to see as well. So you can have individual guys with big power. Sean Porter as well. Look at that.
Yeah, Sean Porter. You got Robinson, who we've seen twice now, so it'd be interesting to look at his stats as well.
I like that the defense
rated,
as well. The defense has its own separate stat as well with guards. Guards obviously being high as well. Courage, I think that's ability to get back to the feet. I believe that's what courage is as well.
I think it's a guess. You got block regeneration, block health as well. You got both hand powers. I think you may have mentioned that. Power punches. So it's like someone's not throwing as many power punches as typical. That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah. The counter punching stat as well is a nice one to have because it's your speed on the return as well. But...
So I think from this we can assume someone having around an 82 to 85 overall probably means they're probably pretty solid overall. You've got to assume.
Yeah, I mean, even someone like Gatti right there, or you've got 97 courage. Right, so you have these outlier stats, 93 power punching. You just got 71 on your jabs. So your power punching is going to be higher than some other fighters that might be ranked 90. You just don't want to make use of the...
use fighters how they play.
Yeah, exactly. I do wish there was a bit more diversity in the UFC franchise as well for kind of these exact reasons, right? It would be nice to see like the upper limits of stats. Someone like Michael Johnson having a really fast hand speed that's on the same level as like some of the other guys in the division. But oh, okay. So we're hearing JMMA is probably finally ready. Thank you very much, Suave Jamie. Okay. Okay.
So this will be JMMA versus J-Sub?
Yes, J-Sob, or J-Soba as well, as we say. Boom. So we're going to Cruiserweight and 10 rounds. Let's take a look what these two have picked here. J-Soba making a pick. Cruiserweight, nice to see a different weight class right here. Doc, let's go.
Yeah, nice to see a different welterweight. These two are probably going to pack a bit more punch. This is just a weight below heavyweight, so I imagine they're going to be able to really do some damage compared to middleweight and welterweight we've seen recently.
Is that Usyk there that JMMA is locking in?
It looks it.
Believe it might be. It might be here. We'll see what's on the other side.
Unless it's Ryan Rhodes.
All right.
So unless it's Ryan Rhodes.
All right, I'm ready for this now. Let's go, Jay. People in the chat already calling for Jay. Jay has fought many times here in the ESFL. I know that he's also been really pushing for the release of this game, sharing content across his social media. He's been ready. He's been waiting for it. No wonder he wanted to get some bloody practice in, waiting for a fight to start. But here we go. Finally, I move on to fight 3. I hope they all don't take half an hour. We'll be here all night.
We really will.
Apparently, apparently now the other fight is ready to go as well. So,
well,
right,
these
good. Two.
They've all stopped practicing. They're all happy.
We're staying here with the JMMA and J Sober fight, though. The countdown. Hopefully, it does not get stuck on 3. We don't need that right now. 3. Yes, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good. There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Hopefully, that is the only glitch we have, the bug we have tonight.
All right. Here we go. We can hear a little bit of Jay here. Hopefully, we'll get that muted. Oh, this is a dingy hall we're in here, Doc, isn't it?
Usyk versus... I'm not going to lie, I don't know how to pronounce that name.
This is Okoli, isn't it? I believe it is.
Okay.
Yes, I believe it is. I have heard Lawrence Okoli, but I can't remember if that is how you say his name, but I don't think he's had many fights. He's
I
not like
wasn't aware he was in
a
the
super
game,
well
to be
established
fair.
guy at the moment. Well, maybe there's, sneaky punching power stat that we're working for here as well. We'll see. Everyone's got different attributes. Usyk, though, of course.
Southpaw, probably most likely you want to be using those hook sticks to the body, keep that foot a step from
Yeah, I
the
think
outside.
Okoli's quite rangy here as well. But real study, Okoli is real nice, boys. Don't let the 80 overall fool you. Okay, well, here we go. Nice to see. Off to a good start. Jay MMA locking in Usyk here. Jay Sober with Lawrence Okoli here. So let's see how they get filled out. Gotta love the southpaw pick as well. Light on the feet. Love the movement on the Usyk Carradine model. As we said, these boys hit a little harder.
And so far, neither one really wanting to go. Usyk seemingly happy just to go on the outside, use that loose footwork. Probably going to look more to look for big counters, I feel like, than actually just engage in a brawling method.
Yeah, trying to step to the outside of that lead foot right here. Set up the left hand down the middle. Oh, lovely work. See, that's what I mean. Steps outside the jab, sets up the body shot there as well, which we know Usyk's very good with. Nice patient, good work from Jay there as well. And already the output, we've seen a lot of output in these previous fights, just non-stop slugging at each other. Definitely trying to set the shots up a little more from both men there. The straight left to the body. Love the angle cut on it, and then the check hook to follow Okoli back across the inside. But let's see what Jay Sober's got here for JMMA in terms of strategy.
It's a very slow, methodical pace, bit different to the last two fights he's seen. It's like both of them are aware what's going on, how to do it, and so it's just more getting a feeling now. I feel like as the round gets, as you get deeper into this fight, they're more going to be more reactable, more readable to what they're doing. So far, it's just about establishing jab, getting a couple of tester shots, see how they each react to it.
Like that rear uppercut there to the body that Okoli snuck in there. Nice work by Jay Sober. Check hook landed a couple of times there as well. They're floating out there again. Is JMMA floating out there again? Not able to land it, but he's cutting the angles nicely. Rear uppercut, firing through the middle into the left hook again. But the end of the first round, yeah, very slow pace first round. Kind of hard to see who took that one. I think you probably have to go with Jay though.
Yeah, I think Usyk will be up to be on, especially he had that really big combo cut and a big counter when he stepped outside of that jab, and I think that's what's going to be his main game plan here. He wants to step outside of the shots and then do a big counter, but he also wants to open up avenues. Again, you've got that body shot with his guard, because his guard's a basic textbook guard. It allows that body shot, and his opponent has to be really reactive to start getting the defense on possibly the rear hook there.
That was a nice step there to the inside from Jay Sober, but he didn't follow up with anything. Now the big long left hook misses, but there's a nice lead uppercut that came flying up the middle. Caught Jay MMA on the chin right there as well. He's keeping those hands up this time again, trying to step to the outside, set that straight left to the body as they go toe-to-toe here for a second. Just flicking the jabs out there right now is Jay MMA. Little snappy jab. As well in return again, same combination. Jab up high, then again returning to the body with the left hand. Trying to stay on the outside though, but if he keeps moving to his left, he's going to walk into that right hand. And Jay Sober's throwing a hook with it as well, so that's going to be even easier to collect the movement.
He's having a basic time. They're both just methodical. We've seen the technical fighter before, but these two are both technical, both knowing kind of the rules of the boxing game to really use here, and it's all about that footwork as well as, I think it's also the heavier weight maybe.
Yeah, the heavier weight as well, I think. Oh, nice uppercut up the middle. The heavier weight as well, because the power is going to carry up the divisions, up the weight classes, so it's a bit more consequential if you do make mistakes right here. Lots of right hand work from Jay Sober though. Right hand to the body, right hand to the head, trying to double up on the same side, chasing him down there with the left hook to the body, and he's liking that weird sort of rear uppercut up the middle to the sternum. He's landed once or twice as well, but again, Jay just kind of really in no rush. Once you get slipped though, let's see if someone can land something significant again here in the closing seconds. Jab over the top of the jab to the body, that works. But again, nothing massive landing on either side.
It looks like, at least in terms of animation, Usyk is like trying to post the lead hand and just fight the lead hand with his own lead hand here, whilst trying to also open up the rear. But I don't think you can actually do that in the game. But even if it's not the case, it's looking beautifully as well as they're both fighting beautifully here.
Step there, step jab on the inside. Snapping 1-2 from Jay Sober. Body hook misses, so does the right hand over the top. Yeah, Jay just baiting out a ton of offense right here. The way that Usyk moves is so ridiculous. That he's like sideways like this. It's crazy, man. He's like walking sideways. I mean, that left hook looks like it's there for days. If he can land it again, this right uppercut right up the middle. Gotta like that. And then good inside fighting there as well from Jay Sober, finding home for his other shots. Trying to stiff him out with the jab. Jay getting tagged right on the end of it there.
Yeah, he's having a lot of success. He's keeping his composure. Even, I think, as we were leading into this fight, we talked about how it's always looked like the defense, maybe we've overexploited it, but I think in this case, it's the case of Jay's ability to mix in both the offense and the defense that's going to allow him to win the rounds. Because he's staying defensive, but then you also see him explode at points, and it's working very effectively.
Ooh. Nice 2 there to the body from Jay. Lands that one nicely. Loving the jab work right now from Sober. Just touching him with it. Both really trying to load up to the body with their rear hands. Little stiff jab there that lands. But again, nothing significant really to the head. Couple of hard shots to the body. Both men being real methodical, not wanting to just walk in and start trading or throwing combinations for the sake of landing, hopefully, like the third or fourth punch as part of it. Really trying to set up the second punch, the third punch in the combination with the jab, with the footwork. And Jay's constantly changing direction that he's circling, which is going to make it harder and harder for Jay Sober to read where he's going and what to throw next. Because if he circles right, he wants that left hook. But then he keeps coming back to the inside like that and then changing it. But Jay really not throwing a lot here. I mean, being real methodical about his approach. A little throw at the end, uppercut slips up the middle for Jay Sober. That might be enough. Who knows?
It seems to be the fight around that lead foot. Whoever can get that on the outside has a bit more access, has a bit more ability to move around his opponent. You saw at the end Sober having a bit more success, but Jay for the majority of the fight, and when going back all the way around down to round 1, you also saw it with him unleashing that big combo. So I think it's kind of going to be a fight just around that lead foot as well.
Yeah, and we are seeing low ping here, but I wonder how much that's actually also affecting the fight at this stage. How easy it is or how much delay you're actually feeling. 2 rounds in the bag there, supposedly, for Jay MMA, but of course we see scorecards. Oh no, sorry, 2 rounds in the bag there, sorry, for Jay Sober. I just completely ignored that, apparently. And I wouldn't, he's being more active. Jay is definitely taking his time here across 10 rounds here, so we'll see what happens. Nice shot to the body there, left hook up top as well. Good returning. Jay trying to just get a little more offense going, but again, very, very concerned about being hit on the return or the way in.
Sober's not blocking a lot this round so far. He's kept his hands low. He's using that footwork. I think he feels like he's got enough footwork there to dodge, and his reactions there, you saw him duck under that shot. That seemed like it was below the belt, but apparently the guy didn't think so.
No, I mean, left hook into the right hand to the body there as well that he's loading up. Oh, that's a nice stiff jab. But I think by dropping the hands, he's hoping to bait Jay in a little bit, make it look like, his guard's down, and then Jay walks forward with the offense and he can capitalize, which I feel like he kind of did. He kind of did okay there for that, and able to land a nice 2-piece combination. Whereas Jay, it's kind of hard to see what the game plan is in terms of what weapons he's looking for. Maybe he's just looking for opportunities more than weapons. Left hook to the right hand to the body there landed, but he got caught with the follow-up shot there from Jay Sober, who's now also fighting in the pocket quite nicely, keeping the guard up high, trying to slip and roll there into loading that left hook, probably follow up with the right hand as well. But again, for Jay, Doc, what do you think the game plan is here?
I think he wants to engage in the pocket. I think he's trying to put the pressure on and engage, but the issue is Sober's got a fantastic job at realizing that footwork and then circling. Because as Jay's coming forward, did lead hook, he's just either circling into it or away from it, or just in the manner that's making it difficult to land any key shots, and then firing back. You can see, I think Jay's also wanting to work that body quite nicely, but he's having a bit of difficulty here.
Yeah, there we go. 4th round in the bag. We seem to be moving through this one quite quickly as well. Maybe because these guys aren't necessarily being overly active, but I don't know how you guys are scoring it in chat here as well. Yeah, just looking like the ping discussion is mainly the thing that's going on right now as well here. I think the ping's okay. Yes, it is Jay MMA right here, picking up Alexander Usyk. And then we've got Jay Sober on Lawrence Okoli. Nice little matchup here. between these two guys who are both definitely just showing that they've got IQ they're bringing to the table, and they're trying to think about where they can find their best weapons here rather than just trying to force shots to land. Stiff jabs, nice work there.
So far, it's looking like Sober's exploiting the weaknesses
Like
a bit
that.
more. He's able to get the length, and now he's starting to be a bit more active here. But Jay's got him pinned against the ropes, but lovely circle out, just capitalizing on the movement.
If anything, it's that uppercut that's the main weapon for Sober. He kind of fires it up the middle. It's really quick. There it is again on the animation of Akoli, and some of the Orthodox, if you can channel that right up the middle to the body or to the head, it's working. They trade left hooks there as well. One comes back, the other lands on the opposite side. Nice work. And there, big left hand to the body, left uppercut. Yeah, that's real nice work from Jay MMA, who perhaps is going to start turning things on now as we're in the 5th round, the halfway point of this contest. Ooh, double
Just
back to the body as well.
These engagements alone, you can really tell that Jay wants to be on the inside. He wants to be the one going at it, and Oakley's done a fantastic job so far, keeping that distance. You got that jab, you can't be throwing that straight up, and then again, Usyk's coming to that pocket to try exploit, but then you back out, and it's kind of the case of inside fighter versus a fighter with good footwork.
I can't stop laughing at the way he moves, dude. It's so ridiculous. Like sideways, bro.
Yeah, he's a bit weird.
But there we go. Oh, stiff jab on the counter there. That's nice. But yeah, you mentioned Jay's trying to get on the inside. I agree. But Akoli and Jay Sober have shown that uppercut has been a weapon for him, which is going to work more on the inside. I did like the double up on the left hand from JMMA if he can make that work for him again here. But he's definitely turning up the pressure just a little bit on this round straight, and then came back with a lead hook to the body. And we know Usyk's got good body shots in this game as well, so definitely good to make use of him there. Beat him to the punch with the left hook to the body, came up with the left hand, and then tripled up on the lead hook there as well. That went through multiple times on the chin. Nice to see as well.
I want to say that exchange round, especially at the end, he exploded quite nicely, getting those. He doubled up, tripled up on that rear hand, and then came into the lead hand as well again, and it just looked beautiful. Now back at it, and it's that jab, it's the straight, it's just trying to figure out who's going to really have control of the engagement range here.
Yeah, I mean, both players are finding it really hard to land any offense here, Doc. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily for a lack of trying. We talked about them being methodical and defensively aware, but, you know, they are having trouble setting these shots and landing them clean. There's a nice right hand that comes off the left hook there, though, by Jay Sober as Jay commits to the inside. Big left hook to the body, lands there, stiff straight right on the fade back, and tried to follow up with the lead uppercut. Nothing's doing there. Double jab followed with a big left hook to the body, but it's all kind of bouncing off the guard, not landing flush right here. And you got a sense Jay is coming with a bit of urgency. There is that kind of weird sternum bolo uppercut to the body that's just been shoved up the middle again, and that's been a great weapon. And there, doubling up on the left hand to the body. Great work once again there by Jay Sober.
It's Jay coming forward and then stopping for a couple of seconds, and then just Oakley just unleashing a quick burst and then backing out again, and before Usyk can make a read, because it's like Jay's stopping there, taking a picture, then wanting to fire, whilst Oakley's just, as soon as Usyk comes into that pocket, he's out of it again as soon as he's done.
Yeah, I agree. Straight left, bounces off the guard, nothing there. 45 seconds left in this 6th round, about the halfway point, just over. There's a nice lead hook, landed flush, got a little hit reaction off it, and then the stiff jab on the break. Yeah, Joe Sober seems to be able to dictate these exchanges a little more. Jay's either coming in to initiate and then getting countered, or, you know, Jay Sober's just picking him apart when they step on the inside. Like right there, nice set out hit to the body there with a lead hook. Find a home for it. And when you talk about tactics in this game, it does come down to the point where, you know, you could step forward and start flurrying, but someone like Jay Sober right now is just kind of showing that you can be this patient and just sort of find your way around your opponent. There's no real urgency from Jay Sober. He's just landing these shots consistently, and it's been good so far. But we always set a narrative here, Doc, and we're not always been right about it, to be honest.
I feel like we're better about this one. We've had 2 fights. We've got the experience. And to be fair, we are jumping a lot more between both competitors because they are making their own narrative and making their own points here. I do feel like, as you can see, here we are. Oakley is the one winning, which is nice to see. Yeah. Finally, we are along the right lines.
Well, those are just predicted rounds, aren't they, as well? You know,
oh, God. Oh, yeah, very true. Should be a fun one.
Let's see here as that lead hand battle continues. I do like the work from Jay Sober. Like we said, he's just been able to find the shots when he needs to. Jay get into a position where he's having to force them. Even there, like stepping through that left hand to the body, it's just not landing. Left hook didn't really land there. Lead hook didn't. Uppercut came up the middle, but was kind of glancing. Sober's not even given anything back yet. Maybe trying to look for his opportunity. Tried to step through with that big power straight right, which would have been nice as well. But Jay being more active, I think, is going to help him. Oof, they trade straights there as well, as he's starting to let the hands go. But the patience from Sober is kind of impressive. Just tapping him now with the jab. Oh, there it is. Love that. Love that. Beautiful uppercut to the body, and then the right hook up top.
I think I'd like to see how Usyk does with just using the jab a bit more, getting it out there, always being in his face, because he wants to play the inside game, but if he can get about that middle range also working in his favour, he's going to have a lot more opportunities to enter inside the pocket and then unleash to the body here.
Yeah, I think you're right about that one. Lead hook to the body. It just seems everything that the Jay's landing is just glancing. It's not doing any real damage. It's not causing any big reactions from Jay Sober. I think that's because he's just got his guard up, ready to go, and he is lowering those elbows to cover his body when it's in tight right here as well. Doing a good job. And again, he tries to catch him with a left hook on the break on the outside. There's a liver shot that lands there off the left hand, but step thrown with the left hook. Just Jay Sober ready to give it back. Tries to throw a little overhand there as well, straight right on the break. And again, that uppercut to the body. I mean, that uppercut has been his best weapon in this fight by far against this open side of Usyk and JMMA.
Yeah, it's very sneaky, very subtle, but it's a very powerful shot, as you know.
Oh, I love that.
Lovely jabs as well. It's just, it genuinely, for Oakley, it's the footwork. It's that ability to circle in towards and out of the way of the hooks for Usyk, because that's what Jay's main game plan is. It's about the hooks. He wants to get in there. He wants to dig deep to your body and do a lot of damage there. But then Usyk's struggling just because Oakley's got that length and ability to circle.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me, and this is Jay Sober just showcasing how, as an orthodox fighter, you can really just outmaneuver a southpaw, which usually goes the other way around, but he's just step circling away right there, shifting the straight right down the middle off the jab, and then he's going double up on the right-hand side when there's an angle right down the chamber for it. So Jay Sober just showing really well how to deal with the southpaw as he keeps circling there to the left-hand side, trying to step outside that jab like he has been doing through his own. There's a big whiff on the straight right after Jay landed a nice shot. And there, that combination two-piece uppercut right hand didn't land. Lead hook to the body and then a left hand up top from Jay. So he's starting to get these shots through of his own now as well.
Yeah, you have to imagine, though, the stamina of both of these men are pretty impressive. That management's very high. It's very consistent. We've seen the previous fight you have a very low stamina to still be able to win, but both of these have got a lot of stamina in that gas tank, evidently, and are still able to keep the same pace they were doing back all the way in round one, if not higher, to be honest.
Yes, I think you're right about the stamina management for these cruiserweights. Big left hook misses, and Sober again in absolutely no rush here to fire back any counters. Steps outside there again with that weird uppercut to their body. I mean, I keep calling it weird. It's not weird. It's kind of like a shovel uppercut. It's really nice, though. Just throws it from the hip, and it's connecting almost every time he throws it. Hands are down there. Tries to throw the step through straight right there. The power side doesn't get it, but there's a snappy one after Jay landed well to the body with the left hook. But picking him apart, it still feels like to me is Jay Sober. And Jay just not able to connect cleanly, to connect flush. That big weapon for Jay has been the left hook to the body. He's landed it a bunch, and he always tries to follow up with it. There's another left hook to the body as well. But apart from that, it's kind of close to call, really. But I do feel that Jay Sober is starting to sneak further ahead on the scorecards.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case that Sober's just continuing on the pace he's going. He's just continue doing the same things, and Jay, although he's trying his best, in some cases, he's still struggling to really get anything going properly here.
People asking in chat how many finishes so far. There have all been decisions, guys. I mean, it's no secret the game in the current state as it is, it's very hard to finish people. It's very hard to rock people. You know, it's just how the game's playing at the moment. Obviously, as we continue through this early access, things might change, or we might even establish some rule sets here within the ESFL with some of the in-game sliders to make, you know, some of the damage modifiers a bit higher, perhaps try and cause a few more fights like that to happen, and tweak to how we feel the league would be best represented in terms of esports. But as for now, very hard to finish your opponent, in which case the big shots that you do land, in a matchup like this has been a very slow-paced matchup where both guys have not really committed to continuous power punching offense. They have just tried to really work the strategy, which has been nice to see. You know, the game's not always all about finishes, especially when you can draw out, you know, a game plan across a 10-round fight and just try and outsmart and outwork your opponent. And I feel like Sober's done a good job of that. JMMA committing to that left hook to the body again and again, but they just keep glancing. They're just not landing.
Not landing yet, but maybe he can start getting a read on later. He's
nice check.
But you've got to imagine that Oakley's just continuing to do this. However, you get a bit overconfident and then you make a mistake, and that's what Jay's got to try hope on here. I feel like he's got to hope that Sober just makes a mistake and then finds an opening when he can.
Yeah, again, Sober with the patience, sticks the jab again. Fades back with the low hand movement. Sticks a jab again as Jay's lowering the left hook to the body over and over. Jab to the body, straight to the head, double straight to the head. Nice work from Sober, and he gets out of there as well. Good movement from Sober, just mixing up his offense as well. And we're going into the final round right here where we might get a predicted scorecard at this point just to see where things might be at. But I think Sober should be ahead by at least 2 or 3 rounds here.
One hopes, we think. You never know. It's predicted scorecards, and then the judges are always slightly different to that. We saw, I think in the first fight, we saw the predicted scorecard go one way, but one of the judges drawed it, so still all up for grabs there.
All right. Final round for these two men. We still have 3 more fights coming up. So there we go. Look. I mean, he's only 1 round ahead right here. It can be said in the last 2 rounds there, Jay has been really powering through that left hook to the body, you know, and he's landed a fair few of them, whereas Sober has just been kind of taking the back step, nailing with a couple of straight punches here. So I imagine that might have been playing through in his favor, and the damage is adding up. But Jay really needs to win this round if he wants a hope of maybe taking this one on the scorecards here. And we'll see if Joe Sober adjusts at all and tries to get more of his own power shots and offense going, because he's still kind of fading back right now, just letting himself get walked down by Jay, who's just letting it go now.
It's starting to unleash finally, and that's what you want to be seeing. I think he knows that this is going to go, so might as well use all stand. But that uppercut just, again, managing to sneakily creep up there, and he's having a lot of success.
Yeah, anytime you can do a head movement, you know, slip here, or roll and then get the counter shot off, that does big damage in this game at the moment. Those are one of the ways to land the more damaging shots rather than just trying to wail on your opponent, really using your head movement to set up those shots. And that's what we saw right there from Jay Sober. Little pull back, uppercut up the middle, nice jab there. And there's that right hand to the body, comes back again with a left hook on the end of it, like the end of the 3-piece there as well. Trying to finish it out. Couple of big shots landed for Jay Sober so far this round, as Jay's continuing to walk him down, trying to get the volume game going perhaps as well. Left hook to the body, follows up with a right one, but nothing doing. And avoids that uppercut return as well there from Jay Sober.
Yeah, no, you seem as holding that center line, just a bit more engagement here, but again, it's a jab being established. Both of them trying their damage just to land as the end 20 seconds come, but looking like neither one's going to really land anything massive here, just trying to get that distance re-engaged.
Little pull right there as well from Jay Sober, but doesn't follow up from it. I don't know. Jay's been just throwing the offense this round. I think this could still go either way here, Doc, even if we kind of feel like Sober was being a bit more methodical, but he does get the win. There we go. We're going to see the official scorecards now as well. Love the back footwork. I believe that he's only an 80 overall as well there. So clearly a little sleeper in the cruiserweight division with the range. And those uppercuts were real nice there as well. Let's see the official scorecard. So 96-94 from 2 judges, which means it's 6 rounds to 4 rounds right there as well. And even as well, according to Kenny Bayless. There we go. Look at, oh, no, sorry, Kenny Bayless is the referee. I should have bloody known that. Esteban Sosa scoring it even there as well. But is that how you had it, Doc?
I think I can't remember. You lose track. You have 10 rounds, so you know one guy's winning, but now by how many rounds I've got to admit, I can't at least count at some point.
So we saw
fight, though, across the rule.
41 uppercuts landed right there from Jay Sober, which is nice, real nice, and they was definitely make it work from there as well. So there we go. These two are still fighting, says Shogun. Yes, indeed they were. If you want to join the ESFL, you just need to sign up through the Discord. We run a lot of events for UFC games. And now Undisputed is out. We're getting on some Undisputed boxing fights as well. So there we go. Another fight in the books. We're going to go back to the Woke Sports Fan fight now as well. Assuming they are up and ready to go, because every time we seem to go to these guys, they're in fights for some reason. I think for now, maybe they were waiting to get us ready, because it looks like they were just watching our own broadcast right here as well. Maybe they've been enjoying the ESFL so much as well here tonight. They were just watching us. But yeah, unlucky there for JMMA, solid member of the community as well. Just good work from Jay Sober, right, Doc?
Yeah, fantastic work. Using the footwork, as you saw, a lot of success, a lot of individuality. He was able to exploit it in multiple ways. It's very impressive.
Yeah. How did you think those uppercuts and then right hand follow-ups are working out for him?
They were very nice, very straightforward, and they were sneaky in a lot of cases. A lot of time the uppercuts, I didn't really notice them coming in. They just happened, and it was very successful because of that, I feel like.
Yeah, looks like Fight Night's Finest and Woke should be next up, but they aren't ready in the lobby. But the Suave Jamie fight is ready to go here as well. So we will just see which one we go with in the end here as well. I think Woke Sports has been waiting to get his fight going, but unfortunately not ready currently. So we'll just have to see. We are literally on Woke Sports' stream right now. Hello, guys, in Woke Sports' chat. Tell Woke to get ready in the lobby, or maybe Woke is doing that behind the scenes right now as well, just getting himself ready for that one. Boom. I did like that cruiserweight matchup though. A completely different pace. You know, the fight before that was just non-stop leather being chucked at each other. Both those guys had a clear game plan, and it was nice to see a bit more of a tactical bout where JMMA thought he could maybe outmaneuver Jay Sober, but all along Jay Sober kind of played off the back foot and just picked him apart with the shots he wanted to land and worked his way around the slower offense there as well. But here we go, the Woke Sports Fan and Fight Night's Finest, they are finally ready. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Let's go into the matchup. Gonna be a welterweight, and looks like we have another Terence Crawford, Sugar Ray Robinson fight, but I ain't mad at that because there's a nice cruiserweight matchup in the middle. So let's get on to this one.
Like people say, wait, a kind of light one's not too heavy, not too light, so they've still got a bit of a kick in the power, it seems like.
A bit of kick in the power, eh?
Yeah, that's the phrase I'm going with.
There's so many weight classes in boxing, it's kind of hard to keep track of them all, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, it's just kind of...
I know you were asking if Butterbean's going to get put in the game, eh?
Yeah. Be nice to see him at heavyweight, just see someone use him with the footwork model of this game, just having slowly walk across the ring.
Yeah, someone just keeps circling on him as well. It's good. Hey, Butterbean wasn't bad, man. He was knocking people out, Butterbean.
I mean, he's got power. He'll probably have 100 power, so you got to imagine.
Yeah, it was good. But does look like Woke Sports Fan is still making his decision on a pick right now. Fight Night's Finest in with the Terence Crawford. Excited to see Fight Night's Finest take part. I believe he's been on one of our Fight Night cards previously. Definitely a high-level player when it comes to boxing video games right here as well. So it'll be interesting to see what he's doing with the, I almost said ESBC, with the Undisputed game in its current format, and what kind of a strategy he chooses to employ here as well.
Well, we've seen a lot of the most successful styles being around that footwork. You saw Oakley last time around making sure to keep the footwork loose and really circle in and out. So yeah, you've got to imagine he wants to use probably the most adaptable style of fighting in this game so far. It seems to be based around that footwork. You mix in good defensive footwork with good offense and making sure you can get your range correct. It's probably going to have you the most successful bit.
Well, you say that, Doc, because the two fights before that, we were kind of commending the person doing that, whereas the aggressor kind of just took it on the scorecard simply because they were throwing more punches, you know?
Yeah, you got to imagine. Yeah, it's also about the punches here.
Looks like we're back to the main menu, unfortunately. That's okay. Early access once again. This is how it's playing out. All part of early access is stress testing servers, networking, connectivity in the lobbies and stuff like that. It is all part of it. And, release for this game, we might still be like 2 years off release for this game, Dog.
Yeah, we might be. But I feel like as the game goes on, it's going to adapt, be more interesting. Across the board, though, it's going to make massive adjustments because this is we're 3 hours into release now, and it's like you're already seeing some type of style form, but that's only going to develop and become more around as time goes on.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the release cycle of UFC 4. We had it kept things interesting for the first 6 months because every sort of month and a half, the meta would completely change because mechanics were changed, and then like just stats were adjusted, but then also new things were implemented. So the game changed so much. It was fun to see. It was like updating a ban list in like a trading card game where all of a sudden this is no longer effective, but this is, and everyone shifts around and everyone starts using this fighter instead. So some people, obviously you want the game to be as fun as possible when it drops, but I don't dislike the idea of it constantly changing because it does keep things interesting.
Yeah, I think constantly.
Oh, we're going over to Jamie now instead. Okay. Right. Okay, here we go. I don't know what happened with those two, but we're going to go ahead. Apparently, Fight Night's Finest crashed out of the lobby in that last one. Suave Jamie is ready, though. So we've got a former ESFL champion now ready to take on Ben Jammy, and I'm excited about this one. We're going back to welterweight. It looks like, once again, Terence Crawford is being locked in. Everybody likes Terence Crawford. Have no idea why. Probably because he's one of the best of all time.
Yeah, I mean, you enjoyed his work, and to be fair, it's a fun fight to watch, and I think at welterweight it's going to be even more interesting time just to see how they can use them, because I'm more interested currently in, although it seems kind of dull, I'm interested in seeing the same fighters and the different ways that each fighter's going to use them. Sure. Very early up, and it's just that different file, because it's seeing how usable each fighter is and seeing how maneuverable it is to that person's playstyle, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's very, very. Oh, are we in the gym? Oh, I like this. Look at this. That looks like the Undisputed 3 minigame, that tire flip thing right there. Remember that? It was a good time. So we've got a Sugar Ray Robinson locked in again against another Terence Crawford. Looks like Suave Jamie will be playing Terence Crawford. Ben Jammy here going with Sugar Ray in a bit of a gym war. I'm okay with the gym war.
I'm okay with the gym raw as well. It looks like it's a nice setting, to be fair. It's a really nice venue, actually.
I would assume without any crowd, you'd actually get a higher FPS in terms of gameplay, but let's have it here. So Terence Crawford on the left-hand side, that's Suave Jamie, former ESFL champion. Ben Jammy on the right, white trunks with Sugar Ray Robinson. Already these two are going at it right here. Jamie keeping the hands up high, eats a left hook though. On the entrance, eats another left hook there, and almost an uppercut on the break. 1-2, 1-2 as well. Nice and tight work already from Ben Jammy.
There's no wasting time here. Both of them are just engaging in what they can. Lovely counter there on that fight, on the jab, and Jamie looking like he was really wanting to jump into the pocket and explode, but the game possibly not allowing him as such.
Yeah, trying to really set that left hook as the third punch in every combination right here. Ben Jammy, though, slipping, ripping, rolling, catching him clean, catches him with another left hook and another left hook right there. Jamie has to be careful about his entrances. Ooh. There's a nice quick combination, though, on the break there from Jamie. Lead hook straight. And there was another lead hook on the back of that. Right hand over the top lands for Jamie there as well already. These guys are turning it up a lot more than the previous two double body shots there as well. Landing through. Jamie tries to come back, but he can't just leap in with body shots like that, Dogs.
Yeah, no, it's the footwork again. You're seeing Jammy meet the same aggression, but the difference is he's standing and planting and then turning as soon as Jamie fires back. As soon as Jamie comes into pocket, he's just moving and boxing and just firing back instantly.
Yeah, definitely. Jamie's like walking or leaping into range, and Ben Jamie's just planting his feet and just laying into these counter shots in perfect position to just fire back. So yeah, Jamie might have to consider how he's entering the pocket here. Maybe use the hands to set himself up rather than just leaping in with the footwork. Came back through there with the left hook and tried to pull counter straight right there. I like the speed on that straight lead hook. Landed nicely there from Jamie on the inside as Ben Jamie tries to fire back with a counter's pullback of his own right there. Nothing lands as Jamie's targeting the body with the straight, trying to finish up top. And the end of the first round. That was an action-packed first round, though. I like that one.
That was a very action-packed. I didn't realise that was 2 minutes, to be honest. That felt like only one. It was just a case of Jamie coming in, playing that aggressive game, looking to knock the head of Ben Jammy. But then Ben Jammy just playing it back in kind. He's reacting based on the aggression, looking around, and then using the movement there to then fire back at the same time.
Got MMA on point in the stream currently, guys. Thank you for joining us for the first ESFL Undisputed tournament here tonight. Some love for MMA on point. All right, round 2. Here we go. Jamie once again in the red. Benjami in the blue doing good work countering as Jamie was stepping on the inside. Jamie's still carrying over that hand speed, combination flow that he brought from the UFC right there. And like, always with the 3 pieces and always ending with the left hook. But look at the speed on this now, doubling up to it to the head. But Benjami taking all of it, ready to fire back, dog.
He's playing quick. They're both playing quick. They're both playing fast, quick, and nasty. But their stamina's also fairly high, and just looking for the big counter shots when they can. And they're just
left hook for days right here from Benjami, making mincemeat of the right hand side of the face of Jamie, who circles out back to the center there wisely. But that left hook from Sugar Ray Robinson just targeting that cheek of Crawford. There it goes again. Looks like Jamie got a straight right off down the middle, though. Steps in with the jab high low, followed up with the straight right. But just planting the feet so much right here is Jamie, and now trying to fight the uppercut back on the inside as well. Jamie really just trying to force these shots through, it feels like a little bit, but he's still landing. They're both still landing. Hard to score.
And a lot of success on either end. I feel like Benjami's getting a bit of the better engagement. He's been able to block a bit more and able to escape a lot of the damage in some cases. You can see there lovely footwork. And but again, that lead hook, Jesus.
Yeah, it's just there every time Jamie's initiating a combination. Bounces off the guard and then smash with the left hook again. The lighting is so weird in here. Oh, God, the left hook again right there from Jamie. But Jamie gives it back with a right hand over the top. Perhaps the knees buckling just slightly there as well, looked like for a second. And Jamie doing a good job circling now away from the left hook into the right hand. But it's the left hook that's causing him all the problems right now. Way to fire back, but the uppercut on the inside for Benjami as Jamie tries to put a right hand over the top. But look at the stamina just draining the tank there in that exchange.
That was just a war of the lead hooks. It's all it's about. It's just the hooks. Who can get the better one off? And so far, I think it's Benjami, but Jamie's making a difficult fight nonetheless.
Oof! Another left hook and the lead uppercut this time. Now goes back to the body, doesn't land as Jamie comes over with a right hook to the head, but not as flush as perhaps he wanted it. Snapping jabs coming out now as well. That jab lead hook, I mean, that's just like a hammer being swung through the air, that thing. It's got so much momentum on it. Oof, love the way he was chasing him down there, Doc, as well.
Yeah, it has a lot of success. Now going back to it, just strikes and... it's a completely different pace of the fight compared to the others we've seen, but it's still immensely captivating. It
is indeed. Left hook to the body from Jamie. That was nice. Couldn't follow up. There's a nice job as well. Jab high right hook to the body, but when he came up for the third shot, he got tagged. And again, this left hook, rear uppercut behind it as well now for Jamie, who's really, really taking it to Suave Jamie here. Jamie trying to find his own avenues for offense. That right hand just narrowly missing there, stiffed away. Short combinations on the inside. That's nice for Jamie as well. Oh, stiff right hand, though. Goes a big hit reaction out of Suave Jamie.
Just a fast pace. They seem to have slowed down a bit. That straight coming out of nowhere, clipping Jamie as he goes to enter into the pocket, doing a lot of damage. Doubling up a couple of times. Fast, quick combos, but then they... it's one big combo and then they back out and reset a lot of the time. It's not a 3 combo, then another 3 combo. It's one combo, reset with another combo, and they just go ballistic at each other.
Benjami is just sending these shots into Suave Jamie to the body. There was a right hand, left hook, and rear uppercut. Rear uppercut, lead hook, rocks him there as well. Now doubling up to the body. Jamie on the back foot, the hand speed on display right here for Benjami, who is just finding holes in the guard of Suave Jamie, the former ESFL champion. That was a beautiful sequence. Big rock as well and big damage.
Jesus, he just went ballistic there. I'm pretty sure he got a stun as well. No knockdown because the way the game works. 1 round to Jamie, 2 to Sugar Ray so far. And Sugar Ray's continuing on the success of the last round, it seems.
Yeah, he's stepping around there, cutting the angle. And a lot of people are throwing that rear uppercut straight up the middle to the body. It's doing a lot of work. And then chambering through with the left hook as well. Jamie now trying to find the pull counter home, doubling up on the left hook, but nothing doing there for Jamie so far this round. Snap jab, right hand, left hook up top. But again, Ben Jamie seems to be eating all of this and just able to fire back for his own counters. Oh, that's nice by
that
Jamie.
body himself. Lovely little combo there. And that, but Benjamin returns in kind, getting the power hook and then following up with the uppercuts. He's having a lot of success here, but it's just about trying to find the big openings now, especially in Jamie's part, because he's just struggling overall to make a good read here, whilst Benjamin is just kind of doing circles.
Oh, again, the left hook just slingshotting its way back. Every time. There it is again, doubling up on it. Just the patience from Benjamin just to wait on that left hook and drop it at the right time now to the body. Jamie's always going first as well, which is fine in some situations, but not if your opponent's just trying to just drop the check hook every time you step into range and drop your hands to fire. Double shots to the body from Jamie, who's having to walk backwards with his guard up. Seems like Benjamin's just trying to tank a lot of this and just fire back as well. I wonder if it will start to wear through to him as well. Nice work by Jamie right there. 3-piece and the lead hook to the body, rear uppercut to finish.
That implementation of that rear hand as a finishing shot may be ideal here because, as we mentioned a few times, it's Benjamin circling away from that lead hook. You said Jamie's tendency of using that lead hook. So if he can finish instead with that rear hook, he may end up with Benjamin just walking straight into that rear hook instead and doing quite a lot of damage.
Oh, he's got him against the ropes here, though, but Jamie backs off in the closing seconds. Landed some of his own damage here, but 54% on the health right there. Halfway through the fight, that just shows how much Ben is landing that left hook, which is doing big damage. Oof, stiff right to the body, though. Jamie needs to be real careful about that left hook coming around, and we saw it there again. The snapping jab now. Oh, double body shots as well. And he tries to give it back and needs another left hook up top. Oh, into the uppercut.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race. Neither of these guys seem to be going slow, but steady is definitely the case. Jamie's trying to get, he's pinned against the ropes here. He's trying to get himself out. He does manage it, but Robinson, again, just continuing forward. It seems he's a lot less inclined on foot. He feels like he can kind of bully his way into the pocket now, which I think may be the wrong answer because I think he wants to continue going on at the same pace here, using the footwork, using the defensive approach, followed with mad aggression after Jamie gets aggressive.
Oh, the left hook from Jamie lands there, though, but there it comes back again from Sugar Ray Robinson. Then Jamie making it work. And Jamie needs to maybe try and find a way to roll underneath it, to try and pull counter it, because every time he's exchanging, he's losing these little trades here. And that left hook is just winning the day. Oof, as well. Firing leather on the inside, but the left hook came back there. He landed his own. Guard up that time on the break. Didn't take that shot. And a right hand as well.
Oh, just manages to avoid on that lead hook. It's outranged by Benjamin as well. You can see it when they're both just standing in the plant. Benjamin's got that range. He's able to land. And then Jamie was just a hair's width away from being able to land.
Big right uppercut lands to the body there for Suave Jamie. Pull counters, though, not really doing too much right now. Just not really able to find a way to deter the incoming damage. Uppercut 1-2 doesn't land. Now that left hook snapping through. Jamie waiting on it a little this time as well, trying to get a read on it. Halfway through the fight.
Halfway through the fight, and it's looking like Jamie's got to really toughen up the pace, figure out a different approach here. That round, it seemed like he stopped being as aggressive and was more willing to let Jamie lead in some cases, which I think has worked in his favour, but it may be a little too late since the reads Benjamin's been able to get on his offence already, as well as the general health stats of Crawford so far.
Yes, indeed. Dig into the body a little bit more. Is Benjamin stiffed him up with that little jab down the middle as well. And I think chat are realizing as well how much damage Suave Jamie has taken. Oh, right hook, left hook right there. Nice little combination from Jamie. Perfect range. Oh, on the inside as well. Love the way he comes back with that uppercut on the inside. Jamie lands his own there, though. Stiffed underneath, way to dip in through. And level change to not get hit on the way in. But he's got to be so careful that this left hook's still dark.
He's trying his damnedest to come back. That uppercut nearly cutting through there. Looking for the pullbacks a bit more, I think he's thinking Jamie's going to be a lot more aggressive to the head, but that also opens up the body, and he's got to be careful with that as well.
Ooh, stiff jab as he tries to circle out as well. Nice tight right hand lands there from Jamie. Jamie trying to give it back. Trade, loads up on the big right, but again, just nothing doing there. And that left hook is a constant weapon. Jamie now trying to get the head movement rolling, but he's slipping to his right hand side. He's going to go into that left hook if he's not careful. As Benjamin just rips on the return when they come on the inside. Ooh.
Jamie's really decided to completely 180 on what he was originally doing at the very start. First, at the beginning of it, he was playing very aggressively, wanted to really just take the fight to his opponent. But now he's kind of backed off a bit. He's figured out that, okay, that's going to get me KO'd. And so now he's trying to win it by a more technical manner here. And it's interesting to see that adjustment and how Benjamin's reacting to it. Because Jamie is just now coming forward himself. He's doing what Jamie originally did. And by the looks of it, he's still winning because of it.
Yeah, there we go. Just ahead by 2 rounds on the predicted scorecards. Jamie. Not that Jamie isn't out of this fight in any way. Oh, God, the right uppercut again, getting a little flash reaction. And the left hook, and then a left hook to the body to follow it up. The speed of both these men. Sometimes it's hard to see the shots. Right hand, left hook, right hand again there by Jamie. Snaps a jab on him as well. Just good movement, good flow. And a double left hook once again, Doc.
It's having a lot of success. It's very clean, and the lead hook's now coming out. That straight nearly landing as well. Another lead hook and a straight in retaliation, but neither landing just yet. These two land on the block as well as their body. They're just having a hell of a time just trying to hit each other, I think.
Another left hook to the body down there as well. Jamie's trying to give it back. I mean, he's moving forward, throwing good combinations, but it's just one of those cases like in the Usyk fight where you just... everything's glancing, nothing's landing flush, nothing's landing really that clean. And it's not making it any easier. Another jab, left hook to the body, lands well. There's a nice left hook. Caught him as he tried to level change right there. That's better from Jamie. But he's going to need more of those, and they trade again on the inside.
And again, very slowly, trying to get that jabber established. Both of them just making the ring feel like a spinning go-round currently. And and a lot of times now, both of them. Jamie putting on the pressure all of a sudden, though. He's gone tapped, but circles out brilliantly there.
Yes, indeed. Left hook up high, but he eats his own there, even when Jamie feels like he can throw. Jamie is just giving it back to him there, coming way back through with the wind up for the big left hook, trying to push him to the ropes. Again, I said fence again. One more time, but I don't know what it is about Jamie right here, Doc. He's just riding it and letting that left hook go.
He really is. He's having a lot of success. He's keeping it consistent, and he's making the adjustments to what his opponent's doing. Because when Jamie first started out being aggressive, he took on more defensive approach, but then met that aggression. This time around, though, he's the one putting on the pressure here. He's having that success as well.
I think he knows that he needs to be aggressive and maybe overwhelm Jamie just so he can actually land his shots. If he goes shot for shot, he seems to be losing these exchanges. I will say that he's taking far less damage than he was in those early rounds, which, you know, it sort of looked like he might get finished, the amount of damage he was taking early. He's been able to ride that through, and it slowed down a lot. Good recovery in the corner as well.
Those uppercuts barely missing. It's a very tough fight for both opponents. I do feel like Jamie's slightly ahead, but that's in no means by Jamie not trying his damnedest to make it. So he's gone ahead. You can just see both of these guys' patience and resilience even just coming out in each and every time they try a punch.
Every time Jamie moves forward, you can tell he's really thinking about what combination he wants to let go, and he's trying to set up these nice 3 pieces and 4 pieces, and he's level changing when he does it. Oh, left hook lands again, and a rear uppercut. Oh! First knockdown. Wow, man. Can he get back to his feet? Oh, Jamie, 6, 7, 8. Oh, he's up. He's up. Big left hook on the chin, followed up by a rear uppercut, I believe, as well, that sat him down. But the kill is going to come now, surely, from Jamie. Jamie just trying to fire back already. Might want to just try and survive the round. There's a right hand on the inside. He's ripped again. Left foot to the body. Right uppercut. Another right hand.
Down to the body again.
Again to the body.
Jamie just managed to get the movement. I think he's recovered, but I don't think he has at the same time. It's a weird one.
My goodness. 10 seconds left right here as well. No mercy being taken at all by Benjamin. And Jamie just throwing back, trying to keep him off him. Lands his own left hook. Oh, gets caught one more time right there at the end. What a knockdown.
For a fact, Jamie is glad that round has ended. Jesus.
Yes, indeed. But you know Benjamin's going to come out. Jamie goes toe-to-toe with him. Wasting no time here as well. It was a face plant of a knockdown. Oh, the shots to the body breaking him down once again. And look, Benjamin's just high guarding and just wallowing and throwing back as soon as the hands come down from Suave Jamie. Left hook again lands.
Benjamin's just smelling blood in the air. That's what he's doing currently. He smells blood in the air and he's just coming forward. He's not too worried about being defensive. He knows he's got probably a 10-8 from that round.
Yeah, definitely a 10-8, you would think there as well. Another big hard shot. Flashes him. Right hand again as they're tight in this ring corner. And the left hook into the rear uppercut. Again right there. Another big shot. Jamie's got to be real careful here. And wobbly legs, big straight right. I thought that might rock him, but the left hook follow up. Right uppercut there from Jamie to try and keep him off him. But this is slowly turning into a fight that looks like might not go to the judge's decision for the first time here tonight. Left hook to the body, came back with the uppercut. Hands were still up for Jamie though.
He's just trying his damnedest to find an opening back towards Benjamin, but so far Benjamin's pinning against the ropes. Jamie's only just managing to circle out, goes to circle out and fires that combination, but doesn't manage it still, and Benjamin does his own counter. These guys are just going at it non-stop, and it's looking like Benjamin's getting the better of the exchanges overall here.
I would definitely say so. It's kind of been the story of the entire fight. Oh, big right uppercut to the body. Hands are coming down for Jamie, which you know that left hook is going to open up top as he rips one more time to the body. Rips again to the body. Jamie fading back to the ring. Oh, man. There's the left hook again. Doubling up on it. The right-hand side of the head on Terence Crawford in the red zone right now. One final round, though.
I'll be honest, I'm a bit shocked Crawford didn't get knocked down around. Some of those shots definitely looked scary enough that you would think they would have knocked him down, but somehow resiliency and his just ability to stay up, well, mixed with probably Jamie's ability to read the shots coming towards him, were able to just a jab, straight body shot each time there.
Oh, nice 1, 2, 3 landed there as well. And look, take note of Benjamin right here. I mean, this is Suave Jamie, ESFL champion in UFC 3 and UFC 4. And Benjamin here showcasing a high level of boxing IQ, good shot selection, and incredible hand speed in Undisputed right here. Expect to see him back lead uppercut as well. Sorry, lead hook into the rear uppercut one more time. Jamie just trying to fire back on the outside, but he's just finding the left hook again, and down he goes. Whoa! I think he cannoned him into the fence right there with that rear uppercut to the body. He sent him flying across the cage. Ring. God damn it. It's ring. It's not a cage.
Oh, it's looking like he's out.
And there we go. Unable to recover. Massive damage dealt across those 10 rounds. Gets the finish in the final round. Benjamin taking a win over Suave Jamie. That was great matchmaking, I think, right there. I mean, Suave Jamie's a high-level guy, but Benjamin right there, definitely high level when it comes to Undisputed, dog.
Yeah, he read his opponent fantastically, getting the right moves when he could, and he just used that momentum that Jamie carried into him and used it to be able to exploit it massively, and that just led to that KO there. Each time it was in back engagement, he chose the right times to engage and when to disengage.
Yeah, in the 9th round, our first finish in ESFL Undisputed history right there as well. When we were talking about changing the damage sliders, things like that, I mean, Jamie committed to one side with that lead hook, so it all accumulated on one side as well, was throwing a ton of power punches with that lead hook, and there just finally got the win. Great fight, dog. Great fight.
It was a very good fight.
Gotta love to see that. All right, let's see if Fight Night's finest is going to be back up I don't think it will. So we might be going to our 5th fight of the night if we are ready to go with those guys, which would be Studdy and Darhkseid. Darhkseid, of course, was at ESFL Live in Vegas, and that will be very, very nice to see. A great matchup right there as well. Sounds like we are getting the matchmakers together for this one too. All right. What did everybody in chat think of that one? Let's have a little look. Buddy is down, yeah, just like Errol would do to him. When other platforms release, is it cross-play? Well, the game's not out yet, so it could be a year, it could be 2 years before it hits console. No one is going really sure. It's going to be PC only until full launch, which is Q3 of this year. Okay, so apparently this year. That's the anticipation. Obviously, now we're in early access. They probably will find more things they want to change than they expected. But we will see what the actual release date is later in the year. Changing damage doesn't need changing. 10 rounds, 2 minutes, and we're seeing a lot of Crawford and Sugar Ray Robinson, both with high-rated chins. Okay, there we go. I'm going to play a heavyweight. There you go for it. Bring Doc into main ESFL commentary, says Bang Bang. Ooh, Doc, did you hear that? I think you're doing a good job, mate. I think you're doing a great job. Pryoxis says ban Sugar Ray. Well, Pry, why are you making a gentleman's agreement with your opponent there to not pick Sugar Ray? We'll see what happens.
I got an opponent still. Do we know?
I think so. Oh, Wordlife is back, so Wordlife is still good. Well, there you go, Price. See if you can reach out. Is this what you're finding from your stream right now? Oh, they're going straight in. Didn't even see the picks. That's good. I like that. This is how we should be. So this is Darhkseid versus Studdy right here. Darhkseid, fellow member of the Toon Squad, which is Pryoxis is. Oh, there we go. Look, Josh Taylor. Wow. Okay, Josh Taylor and Kel Brook. Gotta love that. Okay, I love this matchup right here. Woke Sports Fan going with Josh Taylor. Fight Night's Finest taking that Kel Brook pick right here. Doc, what a fun matchup.
Yeah, well, fun matchup. I would say something about the fighters, but I'm not too sure on these boxers. I just know they're British by this core card. So
you don't have a Josh Taylor, mate?
I may have once or twice, but I don't follow boxing that intensely. To be fair.
Okay, no worries, no worries. All right. Well, maybe that's an opportunity for some other people within the community to step up to some commentary booth, because it would be nice to have, one person in the booth, of a 3-man booth maybe, with some in-depth boxing knowledge of all the fighters and their tendencies and the specifics about them rather than the stats within the game, But here we go. Off to the races here. Kel Brook with Fight Nights Fan and Josh Taylor, I guess, is being picked up. No. Would have been. Oh, this is not the Darhkseid fight. Okay, my bad. This is why I'm getting confused. Okay. We have.
Oh, this is
Woke Sports Fan. Yes.
Ah, okay.
Woke Sports Fan taking on Fight Night's Finest right here. Okay, so Woke Sports Fan with Josh Taylor, Fight Night's Finest with the Brook pickup here as well, and already they're kind of trading, getting it going. The right hand being utilized from Fight Night's Finest right here. Nice step off movement though from the Woke Sports Fan. I like that long left, long jab he's throwing as he slides back, trying to set the range for that left hand, I think. Oh, it's firing up the middle as well. Nice work. Both guys
getting that range established. It's looking like they probably want to go a bit more towards the jabs, get those established first, and then start building up afterwards, both from the long fighters. Southpaw especially wants to be kind of controlling the outside, you got to say?
Yeah, for sure, but I am liking what we're seeing a little bit from Woke Sports Fan, where he's kind of trying to draw him in with the jab. He's touching with the jab, and then sliding backwards to set that left hand up. There's a nice little tactic right here. And we'll see if Fight Night Fans keeps taking it, as every time he shuffles backwards, he's creating space for the left hook, lands it over the top right there. Really do like that. I mean, that's another reason why these shots aren't always landing flush, is because the range isn't exactly right. But that is exactly what Woke Sports Fan is trying to do right now, set the perfect range for that left hand.
Getting that jab established nicely. It's just always being there, always popping off, just so his opponent struggles to get that distance to come into the pocket to then start landing the shot. Seems to be the game plan so far for Josh Taylor.
Stiff right hand. This is also a UK showdown right now, which is nice to see. 2 UK fighters going at it. Stiff straight right there. Close first round, very close first round. Both guys getting like an idea of what the game plan is. Neither guy really landing anything significant or doing a bunch of damage to each other, but you can tell Josh Taylor with the Woke Sports Fan. He's just trying to slide back. Jerome into the left hand. And Fight Night Fan wants to stick that straight right in his face and try and get up there.
It seems like Josh Taylor really wants to be on the outside, circling the outside, getting that jab established, and then putting the aggression later. Lovely little change in direction towards the body jab as well there.
Yeah, that is nice, isn't it? He's going high-low with it. Nice step off there as well. It's all about that left hand, though, for Woke Sports Fan, because he can jab all night. He's just trying to set the power shot. Fight Night's Finest, though, I think he just doesn't want to play this game right now, so he's trying his best to not get lured into this left hand there. It lands there, though, around the side of the guard as he level changed in there. Just touches him as he tries to close the distance. So that's great distance management with the jab, but there rolls through the hook, comes back with a left hook of his own. Nice work from Fight Night's Finest.
Yeah, I think if you're Brook here, you just need to figure out a game plan to get around that jab. It's going to be something involving that footwork. You want to be going the inside, the outside, and coming with the hooks, I think. And
nice.
Punish it enough, like that straight there, exactly. If you punish it enough, that's going to make Taylor a bit less likely to engage in that jab, and you're going to have a lot more success.
Yeah, for as good as like this game plan is from the Woke Sports Fan, which I kind of do like, you can tell Fight Night's Finest, obviously an experienced Fight Night player, not buying into it at all, and again trying to find the holes around this sort of step back sliding style off this jab. And he's landing a couple of straight rights this round as a result, and a left hook behind it. Rear uppercut doesn't land. Through two behind it as well, also didn't land. But this is two interesting styles going head to head here. There we go, the jab low to the body. If he is getting that jab in there, it would be nice to see him maybe switch to the straight dock. Oh, big straight right into that one. That's the problem with always moving forward off that jab as well.
Yeah, it's asking for a slip, and that's what Brooks needs to exploit here. If he can get that jab, slip that jab, use the footwork, or even just a little slide lunge, and then you just fire that straight down the middle, use the power straight, you're going to have a lot of success. You can do a lot of damage, and it's most likely going to put you into the judge's favour here.
Yes, indeed. All right, stepping forward once again into round three. Fight moving nice and quickly, this one. Oh, that's a left hand. Yeah, Woke Sports Fan really trying to set that up. Wouldn't mind seeing him maybe try and work the body a little as well. I feel like Fight Night's Finest is making a read that is the one thing to watch out for. But when that left hand does land, it feels like it's going to do big damage. Just kind of overreaching with it at the moment, perhaps. Nice skip double jab.
Hook coming there as well. It really does seem like Brooks has made a read on the jab, and so he's looking to go more for the hooks. It's just Taylor's very long, it seems, compared to Brooks, and so that jab's having a bit more stiffness. If he maybe follow it with maybe a straight, he can possibly look to get a counter off when Brook goes to counter as well.
Yeah, that's sure. There's a nice two there. Step to the outside of the jab. Oh, almost thought about firing that two up the middle as well. Didn't make it work. Jab high, jab low right there again, though. Left hook lands one more time. Oh, hands down, that left hook just whiffed, but that didn't. Two on the chin once again. Fight Night Finest making it work. He's making these shots land. But he's hooked one back off the lead hand there from the Woke Sports Fan. Finally landing that lead hook now, adjusting off that jab.
Yep, just trading tit for tat, and lovely miss of the straight there. Good footwork, again with that lead hook. It's definitely seemed like Brook is trying to get that lead hook more involved here, just going around the side of the jab.
Yeah, that two landed there though as well. Every shot that he's landing down the middle. Fight Night's Finest. He's turning the head of Woke Sports Fan. Josh Taylor just goes to show how much power is coming out from Kell Brook. There's a nice two on the inside, doubles up on it. He slides straight through. Interesting fight, real interesting fight so far. We are going to see a predicted scorecard going into this round. Doc, who do you have at the moment?
I don't know. The game says Brook. I think I'm going to agree, only due to round one was definitely Taylor. He had that jab established very on, but the next two is very much the case of Brook has managed to find that lead hook and managed to find its place quite well. Fighting over the jab now, moving the head a bit as he comes in. Lovely little body jab there on the inside and then clips him. Lovely.
Ooh, really just caught him on the end of that left hook there as well. Oh, again on the left hook. Yeah, Fight Night's Finest is just getting a read on the entries now of Woke Sports Fan and having a real tough time trying to get inside and land his own shots. Yeah, Brooks is meeting him all the way. Straight rights are landing now as well. Snap the jab. Liking the adjustments right here from Fight Night's finest to punish Woke Sports Fan. Oh, there's a nice job getting outside the left hook. Lands a straight left. But left hook did come back right there and then went to the body and then the head as well. Nice work from Fight Night's finest. Oh, dude, he just cannot miss right now.
He can. He's having a lot of success, and it's lovely to see.
Oof.
Especially, it's showing how you fight against a southpaw who uses their jab effectively. So far, you had Usyk's fight where he was looking to go wild, but then also in this case, it's very much the case of you don't need to go wild. You can just go very basics and just use the hooks.
Yeah, I think the problem is as well is the Woke Sports Fan is just constantly walking towards him in a straight line. He's not changing the entry timing. He's not stepping in and stepping out or trying to jab in and out. He's just walking straight towards him. And so it's very easy for Fight Night's finest to just time the range and everything perfectly. That's exactly what he's doing right there. Almost traded overhands, but none really landed that clean. The pull counter looking out. Fight Night's finest got a little straight right in there as well, and a left hook around the outside, putting the combinations together now as well. And the gas tank still so high. There's a stiff jab right at the end of the round.
Stiff jab, making it seem like it did a lot more damage than it did. Just a head deflecting back animation. So far, it's the same thing as the first round. Just Brook being able to get a few more reads off here. I think overall the damage output is going in favour of Brooks. However, if you're looking at damage to look to a KO currently, I don't think it's there.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I mean, don't know really how much damage Josh Taylor has taken, don't know how good his chin is compared to the power of Kell Brook, but Fight Night Finest is still 96% overall health. I think he's going to be just fine in this one. We'll have to see if he's done enough himself. Now jabbing to the body to set that left hook up high. Inevitably, there's some good jab work right there from the Woke Sports Fan, but that's pretty much all he's been able to land recently is that jab, and it's just not going to be enough. And even then, he's getting his own jab put over the top of it. Oh, left hook straight right, almost landed again there.
Having a lot of success. I feel like Brooks also very good at planting and then just firing as soon as he's got range. And if Taylor just doesn't want to play like in the main pocket, I think as you mentioned earlier, he's not very in and outy. He's just very coming forward, sticking that jab and hoping, and I think that's half of his issue as well.
And the problem is as well, he's jabbing moving forward. He doesn't walk into range and jab at his range. He jabs and then jabs inside of jab range. So he's getting hit with counters from the planted Kell Brooks because he's no longer in jab range. He's walked through jab range into the inside. So he's like jabbing his way on the inside and then getting hit with shots, whereas he really should just sit on the outside and jab and stay at jab range rather than always move to the inside range with the jab. Because if he's going to do that, then he needs to follow up with the other shots. But by the time he's jabbed on the inside, he's getting hit with counters.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be throwing that jab out, figuring out where it is, throw it a couple times, work out just about that range, and then either stepping back to let your opponent walk into your straight, or stepping in with maybe a hook or a rear hook to then capitalize on that increased damage.
Yeah, rather than just jab your way on the inside and get beaten up by the inside fighter.
Which is what
but there we go. Fight Night's finest on 98% health. I don't think he's taken too much damage here. I mean, he obviously hasn't taken too much damage here, but I don't know if the judges are going to score some of those jabs that have landed, but it looks like to me, Fight Night's finest is running away with this fight right now as we go into the 5th round. Rogue Sports Fan still has 5 rounds to take it over, though. You know, he can still definitely win this fight. Now going with the one jab, big left hand. He's been trying to look for that all night, just not able to land it so far. All left hook lands.
No. Taylor's back to getting that jab established. I think he needs to change something up. Prior jab straight, I think maybe his best option here because he's figuring out this straight range, but then if he can follow up with a power straight maybe would do quite good here, actually.
Well, I mean, Southpaw v Orthodox, you know, you can lead with your rear hand. You don't really need to jab all the time because the lead hand can be your lead weapon. The rear hand can be your lead weapon. And then you can come into your lead hook. You can even go 2-1-2, which is nice because people don't expect the third 2 on the end of it. And you know what? Half the time here, Fight Night's finest is leading with his rear hand. There's so many jabs coming out right now from Woke Sports Fan. they're not necessarily helping him set up the rest of his offense. It might be time to try and make a tactical adjustment, and another left hook lands around the side of the lead hand as it drops there off the jab. It's a good shot from Fight Night's finest.
It definitely does seem like that jab is there purely for the sake of being a jab. It feels like at points it's just there to exist, to annoy, which I think if you're dealing with a different opponent who wasn't Fight Night finest, who found a way around
nice
it,
straight left.
it would cause frustration and allow you to capitalise, but I think in this case it's just being there as more of a hindrance to himself, I feel like.
Yeah, it's very true as well. I mean, I liked what he was doing earlier at the start of the fight, where he was jabbing and then sliding backwards and drawing Fight Night's finest into his offense, but now it's always moving forward off the jab, and it's really changed how this fight has played out because of that, because he's just been walking into the power shots. And Fight Night's finest hasn't had to do much. He's just had to sit and wait. Ooh, tried to sit around for this big straight right to the body there as well. Again, 99%. So Fight Night's finest is actually getting more health back per round than he is losing right now.
Jesus.
Which doesn't really make sense. But I guess it does. Look at that. Yeah, it's 5 rounds in a row right here after that first round. That first round, we were talking about how he's pouring with a jab and drawing him in, but Fight Night's finest adjusted very well to this game plan. So let's see what Woke Sports Fan can do, you know, in terms of changing up the tactics. Oh,
Taylor came in with one. He seemingly came in with one fight plan. That fight plan got thrown out the window as soon as the second round came in, and Brook made the adjustment. And since then, he's struggled to find enemies footing. He's made attempts at it, but I think maybe just going completely out of the difference of range and maybe just inside boxing instead may be a good idea here.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of getting beaten on the inside, but I agree he has to do something a little different. Maybe lead with the left a little as well, but it's not like we can coach or corner him in this stage at the moment. So Fight Night's finest still looking for the opportunities for that straight right. He's made that. Oh, that was a lovely 1-2 right there, and another 1-2 right there, snapping them off, and went for a third there in a row, finding a home for it, feeling himself. Always ending combos with that straight right, lead hook, straight right. There's another straight right. Tried to fire another one right there and a right hook. Just got out the way of it. The Woke Sports Fan. But Fight Night's finest turning it up, another straight right. Just keep touching the chin as well here. Literally just waiting, trying to rope-a-dope him and trying to load a big check hook. Nothing happening though. Oh, the 1-2 right down the pipe. And another one. Dude, he cannot miss right now. And another was, I mean, Woke Sports Fan will not stop walking forward into him right down the middle. So he is kind of making it a bit easy for him.
2 seconds left in the vault fight. He's just making the distance, coming in with slow, simple shots. And I don't know, this is kind of the name of the game for Jesus. How many leg hooks are in a row?
I don't even know. End of the 7th.
Lovely little talk there at the end.
So he's still at 97% freaking health, dude.
Oh my God.
This is not going well necessarily for Woke Sports Fan tonight. A good learning experience perhaps at the higher level. There's a nice lead hook. I like that adjustment. Oh, but he's walking into the 1-2 again. Oh, he landed a lead hook there though. Now he's starting to fade back off the jab. That's a little better. Bring him into that left hand. That's a much better use of the jab right there. Just to try and touch, and when your opponent comes forward because they're annoyed, then you've already slid out. You're ready to follow up with your counter shot, so you're not jabbing to get to the inside against an inside fighter. There's a nice step jab, but now he's on the inside again and taking these shots to the body over and over, refusing to move as well. Oh my goodness. Oof. More shots here in this inside game. Trying to hit a pull, but doesn't look like he's going to get it, Doc.
Yeah, he's just... It's a case of you have to figure out what's the best shot at what time, and so far it's just... Taylor's struggling massively here.
Oh, left hook straight right one more time right there. Lead hook to the body, straight right again. I mean, I want to see the accuracy. Oh, right hook. And another straight right there, because it must be high. I mean, 55%, something like that. He is just landing with almost everything right here. Straight right again to the body. Good distance management in there. Left hook, right hand up top. Way to flow through on those punches. Double jab straight right there. Back to the body with the lead hook also. Ooh, lead hook exchanging as well. Oof.
Taylor suddenly seemed to realise he can step off the centre line and maybe try a couple shots that way, but at the rate it's going, I feel like it's a little too late to suddenly change that big of a game plan. I feel like it's more just trying. No, to be fair.
There we go. And yeah, some people noting in the chat, Josh Taylor barely going to the body in this one as well. And that Fight Night's finest is being quite stationary. I think he can be stationary because his opponent's running into him. You know? He doesn't need to move. His opponent's constantly running forward into him. It would be nice to see the slide off from Woke Sportsman. I think that's definitely the game plan that's worked best for him, but he's just not been able to stick to it consistently, unfortunately. Now just trying to find a way to put the left hand over the top now, a little bit more on the outside. Already this is better movement in this round from Woke Sportsman, but it's the 9th round. It's a little too late. Now putting the combinations together a little bit as Fight Night's finest is standing in front of him, trying to keep that hard guard up and rip to the body.
He's trying to find his fight. Does land that lead hook nicely. Again, no one digs down to the body as well, but it seems like Brooks is happy just to lead this fight. It's coming down to these last couple of rounds, and it's just about trying to find a hole where he can to then exploit. But so far, as I said earlier, I think maybe a little too late now to make any massive adjustments. It's just trying to maybe win the last couple of rounds.
Oh, the right hand left hook there as well. As Woke Sports fan is refusing to give up. You know, he's still trying to get on the inside and fight this fight out. Big right hook there. Glance off the chin, came back with a left to the body. That was nice as well. When you do see Woke use this slide movement, it is really nice. He's doing a good job with it. Oh, left hook caught him flush there, though. Turned his head to the side. Kell Brooks got some power. Oof. Doing the shoulder roll. Oh, and he slipped straight at him as well. That was nice. And a left hook straight to finish. Oh, man.
They're having a very close time, it seems. 82 to 89.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Domination here tonight. In the 5th fight of the night. Yeah, indeed. But we've been kind of discussing the tactical, you know, errors perhaps in a matchup like this that he's been making and not been able to make the adjustment to them. And at the same time, he's taking on a guy in Fight Night's finest who is someone who's been playing boxing games for a very long time. I don't know where Woke Sports Fan stands in that realm. Not that Woke Sports Fan doesn't know what he's doing out there. You know, he's putting shots together. He's not winging. He's not overthrowing. But it's just the decided tactic to just continually walk forward and jab to the inside, where then he's just getting met with counters and short punches rather than float around like he does sometimes with that jab and bait him into the left hand. There's no body work at all either, which has really made it a bit easier for Fight Night's finest.
Now Fight Night's just leaning that straight as well, coming in, just setting up where he can. It's just Josh Taylor, I think, has a couple of notes in chat. He's also kind of gassed now as well, and I think that's not helped his matters either. You can tell that after like a couple of shots, he's a bit tired and needs to reset. And whilst Fight Night finest, on the other hand, has got nearly full stand basically, and he's just having a lot easier time finding the shots and then being able to just follow up when needed.
I mean, I'd like to see Fight Night's finest just walk forward and just throw power shots, just like, why not at this stage?
Yeah.
Just try and walk him down and just burn the gas tank out here. 45 seconds left in this one. When what is almost a clean sweep, that first round did go to the Woke Sports Fan. And, you know, Fight Night's finest had a bit of an adjustment period there, dealing with that slide back style into the big left hand. But it seems that he kind of got his number pretty quickly. Left hook straight right lands flush there as well. And this one will go to the scorecards yet again. With Fight Night's finest walking away tonight, perhaps with the performance of the night, considering the flawless nature of it. More left hooks coming around the outside here as well. And that is going to be it. I don't think there's a doubt in anyone's mind who won that one. Kell Brooks, right there. Fight Night's finest, showing why he is Fight Night's finest right here tonight as well. Special on the belt line. Let's see them stats. 99, 91, 98, 92, and 99, 91 right there as well.
Basically, they all agreed in that first round, which was
Yeah.
pretty much where Ted looked the best. It looked like he had potential to do it, and then
Yeah.
later down the line, it was just.
Yeah, the percentage difference as well, 44 to 29%. Only 29% of jabs landing and only 22% of straights landing as well. That is a low number for a shot that comes out faster than any other. He was using them a lot to sort of close the distance and gauge the distance, but unfortunately, yeah, that just there wasn't much damage dealt if you look at the right head health there of Josh Taylor. But it was just yeah, unfortunately, he just couldn't make the adjustments and find the correct game plan, Doctor.
Yeah, he just couldn't. Taylor had a good game plan to begin with, but then Finest managed to make the read, then start using those hooks, and from that point onwards, it was just a slow downturn each round, just causing more and more trouble for him, and he just had a lot of success overall.
Yeah, there we go. Great performance. You love to see it right there. Okay, so we got 2 fights left for you, ladies and gentlemen. The co-main and the main event, 2 members of the Toon Squad from the previous season of the ESFL season 4 of ESFL UFC 4 right there. Darhkseid is going to take on Studdy, and then we have our main event, Pryoxis, taking on B3's Wordlife as well, which will be very, very, very fun stuff. If they are just getting ready, is there a possible intermission we could take here for 2 minutes? Okay, we're going to take a 2-minute intermission, guys. Grab yourself a drink, go to the bathroom if you need to. We'll be back in just 2 minutes. Okay, everybody, it is time for our co-main event of the evening. Should be a cracker, this one at welterweight. We've got some different picks coming up as well, so we're going to see some different matchups. I love to see it. We've got Darhkseid from the Toon Squad taking on Studdy. I already see there's some Studdy fans in the chat, some other people joining us as well here tonight, so I'm ready to go. If we're ready, let's get into it for co-main event of the evening here at the first ever ESFL Undisputed card. Oh, yes, indeed. None of the lighter weights tonight, you know, Doc?
We've had the lightweight. We've had one lightweight. We've had a lot
What about, like, Tank? You know, where's Javante, eh?
Yeah, no, it was nice to see the heavyweights go out here, see some of those long reaches really come out. Right, but it seems to be a lot of Sugar Rays, Terence Crawford we've had so far. Okay. We've had a odd pick in Oakley. That was a wild pick, to say the least.
Great. That was a very technical fight, that one. Very interesting. There we go. But looks like we are green to go with our co-main event of the evening. If you're just joining us, thank you very much. We will be doing more Undisputed events. If you've never seen an ESFL show before, well, you kind of get the idea of how these work. Obviously, this is early access, this game as well, but we'll be putting these events on fairly regularly. Can I get confirmation if we're doing one tomorrow as well? Right.
I wasn't aware we're doing one.
I think we might be doing one this weekend. I think that's what the thing is happening. I think that's the plan. Just to double check here as well. When I say can I get confirmation, guys, we do have our producer, Fekit, in our ears here. I'm not just talking to myself in a room here. But I believe we have one on the weekend instead. If you want to. Right. Well, I think we should... I think Sunday night, well, hopefully we shall be running another one of these events here as well. And get it going. All right, these guys are ready. The countdown has begun. 3. No.
Oh my God, we were doing so good, and now this is
the only issue that we seem to be having here is the lobby glitches sometimes when it countdowns.
Great fights, fun fights. We had a slow period where we wanted to practice and not get into fights. But the main issue has been the lobby.
Yeah, exactly, Dog. Yeah, there we go.
To be fair, early access game, only been out for now, what are we coming up for? 4 hours, I think?
I dropped at 5 our time, I think, so not even 3.
Oh, fair enough, man.
Just about 3 hours.
And that's the only glitch we've seen? Apart from the one time Jamie got ragdolled.
Oh, no, maybe 4 hours, because we've been live for 3 hours. Jesus.
Yeah, I think it came out at 4 p.m.
Maybe these rounds are too long here, Doctor. We haven't. We've had 5 fights for 3 hours. Jesus, that's the problem with boxing. It's kind of slow, isn't it? But there we go.
They're fun fights, but they are long fights.
They are indeed.
Yeah, it offers a different experience to UFC because you have these 10 rounds where you've got to be consistently technical when you've got a lot more time to possibly get hurt, as well as the fact because of boxing damage is lower, so that also plays a role into it as well. So.
Yep, that's true as well. Okie dokie, right, they are just getting back in the lobby, ladies and gentlemen. Do not panic. Okay, we will be live in just a second. Co-main event getting ready to go. I'm excited to see it. Darhkseid. He had a good run in the ESFL Live Vegas show as well, so ESFL...
Didn't he make it like to the top 10, I want to say? He made it to the last bracket?
I don't think he made it through the opening... or maybe he did make it through the first bracket. I'm not entirely sure.
I know he was one of the dark horses throughout the entire thing. He did really well. I think everybody was expecting to be fair.
Well, I think Darhkseid kind of went like 4-4 in the opening round, but I'm not entirely sure. I just remember that Darhkseid had quite a methodical game plan, which doesn't always work very well in a game like UFC 4, where there's so much damage coming at you. If you're not trying to return damage, it's pretty easy to get taken away, you know, and fall behind. Whereas this kind of a game might play a bit more into his style, where you can be a bit more patient and let your offense sort of build. Right, let's go to the fight if we're ready. All right, here we go. It's going to count down this time.
Fingers crossed.
5, 4, 3. Oh my God.
That got a bit scary for 2 seconds.
The longest 3 I've ever seen. Okay. Let's go.
Where the game decides, does it want to load or not?
Are we fighting on a boat in the streets? I like this.
Shane Porter and Connor Ben.
Connor Ben, man, what a prospect right now. 21-0. Let's go. I like Connor Ben and Sean Porter. So great matchup, great picks here. Nice to see some other fighters. Darhkseid taking on Studdy. Co-main event right here. Can't wait to see this. Sean Porter repping Las Vegas, of course, where Darhkseid competed in the. Oh, look at the orange and black, mate. Oh, that's nice. It's always a nice color combination.
I'm pretty sure on their road.
Black.
I'm pretty sure on their roadmap as well. They're going to say they're going to introduce fighter customization. So
yeah, fighter customization, and especially from the career mode as well. Repping London tonight. Connor Ben, respect. UFC London coming up as well. That'll be a good time. Oh, it's great in here with all the lighting and stuff. This might be my favourite venue we've seen so far.
I mean, I'm personally quite a big favourite of the gym, to be fair. Just because
the gym? The lighting was weird because there's only light coming in from that window. So if they're on the other side, their faces are just like dark. You can't see anything. Whereas this is, the lighting in this game is really nice. Like there's not just like a spotlight on everything. There's a lot of like different lighting elements coming. So you're getting a lot of different shade and stuff, which is really, really nice. But here we go. Let's do it. Sean Porter, it's up by Darhkseid in the red corner, and then Connor Ben with Studdy in the blue corner. Right, let's have it. Toe to toe immediately right here. You can see Darhkseid wants to get on the inside, work that body, no doubt. It's kind of interesting when you have your opponent walk right in front of you and you don't throw any shots. That was a nice left hook, though. Patience from Studdy. Look at this. Oh, love it.
Oh, this is looking like it's going to be a fun fight already. Both of them, they're not too heavy on the movement, but they know just the right times to use it. They're both staying very close together, very subtle indeed.
That's good use of the jab right there to slide back. Good use of the left hook to catch him there as he exits. And a right hand over the top, trying to wing back this left hook to the body. This Connor Ben pick is Studdy, but nice job right here. Darhkseid just getting in his face immediately. Ooh, another left hook there. Stiff jab, right hand, they trade. Ooh, and the head movement there. I mean, I keep saying it, really slipping and rolling into your shots in this game. That's how you generate a ton of power and really do a ton of damage. So let's see if there's more of that in the bag for Studdy. Ooh, trading left hooks. Landing up top, though, is Studdy on that exchange. Oof.
A lovely little job there.
Ooh.
Seems like Porter's just having a better overall exchanges here so far. Being on the front foot, put on the aggression, but Ben at the same time, although he's on the back foot, he's getting some beautiful counters in and just slowly reading his opponent as well.
Yeah, he seems to be welcoming this pressure and not really trying to stay on his bike too much. Kind of confidence in his defense on the back foot is Studdy. There we go again. Nice left hook up top. Snap jab to work his way to the inside, but then he just got beaten to all those punches. But he is kind of letting Darhkseid throw a little, and they're just staring at each other. Look at that.
Just staring at each other, no one to spend a little bit of staring at the end.
Yeah, just
it does seem like, just with how they're standing and how they're fighting, that both fighters have a hell of a lot of power in their hands. They're quite heavy-handed, it seems.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sean Porter 100%. Ben as well. But Ben's really going to have to, or Studdy's really going to have to kind of get the head movement and slip and rip if he wants to try and compete, with Sean Porter just walking him down and just firing those hooks into his midsection and coming up top to the head. I like the way he's stepping back, but he is not circling. He's going back in a straight line. There we go, back to the center this time. And there's a nice step to the outside. Came back with a left hook, but Sean Porter and the power, bam, big left hook to the body. Studdy is kind of wearing on the gas tank a little, though, by letting Darhkseid walk forward like this. It's just a question of who's doing more damage. Nice liver shot. Again, he's making that work for him as well.
He's having...
he's
he got
already.
stunned. Now going in for the kill. Going over the top.
Big right hand there as well. It's surprising that didn't knock him off his feet. Right hook again around the outside. Darhkseid looking good here tonight. Rocking Studdy early. He comes back with the double body shots, but it was one right hand left hook again. Another left hook. And didn't really burn too much of the gas tank getting that rock early in this second round.
Trading up top and body as well. Happily just to engage. Porter's got that power and he's just looking for that kill.
He rolled into that right hook. Then got caught with another left hook. Glanced with that right hand as well. Darhkseid putting the damage together right now as well. Little slide back 1-2 from Studdy, but he needs to sort of jab the body, I feel like. Just get some quick shots down low. He wants to bait on more of this offense rather than stand in the pocket and try and bang it out with Sean Porter.
I do think Ben's best hope here is just to get that length going, get that distance, get that range established, because Porter just wants to be in that pocket doing exactly that, and so far Ben is just allowing it.
Yeah, Darhkseid chaining those combinations together there really nicely. Nice step slide to the inside there as well through the jab. But when he stands in front of him, he's just pulling on that power modifier. Studdy's welcoming it, but when the stamina drops like that, he needs to push forward now. Then, it's the end of the round. 83% health, though, on Sean Porter, so the body is being worked away at. That's only 2 rounds in. You do 20% damage in 2 rounds. I mean, statistically, you can get some damage accumulate to a knockdown at that point. But what is Conor Benn on with Studdy is the other question.
Yeah, especially when he's got a couple of counter shots towards his head. His chin's going to look more and more suspect as it goes on, if he can keep landing those types of power shots that he has been for the last 2 rounds as well.
Oh, great combinations from Darhkseid here tonight. Stiff straight right, though, catches him at the end. Studdy is very well aware that it looks like he is letting him, work a little in these early rounds, as long as he can survive. Right hook, left hook to the body, though. That lands nicely, too. Studdy just planting his feet. Oh, tries to go for the left hook. And there, the stamina's being used up. He's got to push forward now. He's got to know that's the situation. Stiff jab, but already regened. His Darhkseid there with Sean Porter. Oh, big right hand to the body. Ooh, that's a nice overhand. Great fight. Very great fight. Very worthy of the co-main event here tonight. Very happy to see this one. Jab, lead hook, goes back to the body. Another jab, lead hook, straight, lead hook, straight, lead hook, straight. Wow, nice work there from Darhkseid. Pouring the gas tank out. It is only the 3rd round, but he feels like he's probably done a lot of damage. And he wants to keep the damage on Studdy. Double body shot, so that's going to be good. And we already saw some of the percentage of the health had been worn away. If Studdy can keep landing these body shots, he can start to accumulate something that might swing the fight in the later rounds. Darhkseid just letting the hands go and close, though.
He really is. He's just going ballistic every time he gets a chance. Porter, he's thrown up one really big, long combo and then backing out, just letting nice damage in. And I think Conor Benn's main game plan here would be just after that combo, take that combo and then come in and then just dig to the body. Just to work that stamina to try and get more damage based on the stamina being lowered as well.
There we go. A little taunt at the end of the round as well. I like that. Great round right there as well. Stats moving down on both sides inevitably. All 3 rounds given to Sean Porter so far, though. Studdy on Conor Benn gonna have to make some adjustments, or at least, I guess you can expect Sean Porter to slow down and not be able to keep this up for the entire fight, but who knows here.
We're still learning about the stamina management, seeing what way it goes, and so it's kind of difficult to make a really good call currently, but you can probably take a suspect guess that if Porter keeps going the way he's going to go, he's probably only going to start experience stamina issues coming towards the end of the last maybe 2 or 3 rounds.
I thought he was actually level changing for a double leg right there. I got confused. I was like, a double leg? Perfect double leg. Wait, no, wait a minute, hang on. Yeah, I feel Studdy needs to take advantage of when the gas tank gets burnt. Obviously, he can't see it specifically, but if there's more than like 4 punches, like right here, he needs to be walking forward and staying on him and getting in his face and making him continue to work rather than just giving him the space to breathe and falling back. But he might be concerned about his own head health. There's a nice slip and rip under, and there's not really much head movement coming out from Darhkseid at all. He's just walking forward with his hands up. So if you can slip and rip and make stuff work for you here from Studdy. Nice job, though, from Darhkseid, putting the shots together. Right hand over the top as well. Jab, lead uppercut, straight, lead up straight as well. And again, he's backing off here. You know what I mean, Doc?
Yeah, he's just backing off each time. He fires that really big combo, then comes back out, and Ben's really trying to find it, because every time he's just getting clipped on that chin, backing out, and Ben has no real answer, it seems.
Yeah, you're just losing your opportunity to actually, be in the fight, because Darhkseid walks in, throws hands, and then has to take a break, and then Studdy does nothing, and then he just comes back in, ready to do exactly the same thing over and over again. I don't know if Studdy is perhaps game planning, trying to take this through this round, jab his way out a little, and then try and make things work a little later. But he needs to throw his own offense because he will just keep losing rounds. There's a nice right hook, though.
Yeah, it seems Ben's struggling to find anything. He seems to be taking a lot of the impact, a lot of the brunt force, but then as he tries to fire anything, Porter's out of there. He's just not staying around in the pocket very long. He's taking punches in bunches and then just getting out of the pocket.
Oof. Sliding in there with a nice stiff jab, right hand over the top. Lead uppercut coming up the middle. Straight right fades back as well. Let's see if Studdy starts to turn things on. Big left hook coming out the side here. And I would love to see Studdy start to put it on Darhkseid a little bit. Now he's starting to fade. Now some of that power is starting to go away. But he's just not really putting anything together right here. And jabs, a few jabs is all we're seeing.
Yeah, it's now Porter's also getting that jab established well. That straight maybe. I think Ben needs to figure out what type of combo Porter's showing, what shots are being thrown his way, and then if he can either maybe feint a jab, get Porter to engage with him, and then do a straight counter, maybe something basic like that, or maybe walking around it, like Ben Jamie did with Swab Jamie, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm noticing now is, Sean Porter, Darhkseid, has slowed down quite a lot. And this round, at the very least, Studdy's having some success on the back foot, pop-shotting him. And you can see there, Darhkseid's really starting to whiff on these shots. And they're coming out a lot slower. And also, Ben is taking a lot of less damage here.
Oh, you say that.
I spoke too soon. More left hooks, right hand. Is he going to go down? He is. It looked like he was doing well until he wasn't. Double left hook up top. And that sits him down. Wow, man. Back to the feet. Just about. My goodness.
Porter kind of reminds me of Mike Tyson, if that makes sense. He's got that kind of power punching style.
Peekaboo style as well.
Yeah, it's just very deep, constantly just got that power always in your face as soon as he's on the inside of you.
52% health on Sean Porter as well. That goes to show that the body damage is working. We can't see how much damage Studdy has taken on Conor Benn. That was kind of working, that tactic, though, of just letting him come forward. We're at the halfway point now, but I don't think Darhkseid is intending this to go the distance at this rate. He's knocked him down now. He's hurt him twice, and he's really trying to move forward for that finish. And exchanging like this is not going to work. But again, it's just the wherewithal to recognize once he's finished throwing, he needs to get back on his own offense. Otherwise, Darhkseid is just going to keep recovering and throwing. Big right hook lands there for Darhkseid, and another right one.
I think the biggest issue Darhkseid will currently experience is the stamina. Apart from that, he's got all the right plays and all the right places.
Oh, yeah.
Ben's having difficulty. That stamina's at half, and with the power shots he's throwing, he can't throw it in the same capacity he was beforehand.
Check left hook on the inside right there from Studdy, doing good jobs. Jabbing out on the outside. Left hook again over the top. But Darhkseid just walking forward. No problem here. Looking for his own pull counter. Looks like he's trying to load up on a big right hand for another rock. Off some head movement. And Studdy's got to go, man. I mean, he's still got this round and then 4 more afterwards. That's a nice stiff right. But he's abandoned these body shots as well, which I thought were working so well for him. Using the power modifier maybe as well. Just load up a couple to the body, throw them in there. But he's just not offering Darhkseid anything in the way of offense. So Darhkseid just keeps walking him down.
Yeah, he just keeps going forward. I mean, Ben, if his stamina's a bit higher due to not throwing as much, I think he can capitalise on this. But so far, it's that lead hook, that rear hook. He's also throwing an uppercut there trying to get through. He stuns him.
Right hand to the body. He's down again right there. And again, Studdy seemed to be wearing it quite well. But I don't think he's getting up from this one. There's such an accumulation of damage at this point.
The bell rings, but...
And
he's okay.
He's okay. There we go. Look, so like the damage on Sean Porter, despite the little amount that Conor has thrown, is significantly high. And look, Ben took one of those rounds, but 2 10-8s in a row. I mean, unless Studdy can just avoid all damage this round, I think he's going down again. Darhkseid just blasted through the block, sent the uppercut on guard, dropped him with that. And then it was just an accumulation of shots that he followed up with. So, I don't know, looks like Darhkseid putting on an impressive performance, maybe getting the earliest finish of the night if he can put it away here in the 7th round.
Yeah, he's had a lot of success so far. The stamina, I think, as you mentioned a couple of times now, has been the main issue. But each time, I think he's gotten 2 knockdowns on this low stamina as well. So he's definitely not using that as a stopping process to put in on the pressure here.
Yeah. But Darhkseid successful so far with this game plan. And he's looked really good, man. It's nice to see Darhkseid finding some success. Looking, left hook right to the body as well. He's out against the ropes. And down he goes. Great animation. And if he gets up from this, it will be a miracle. 5, 6, 7. And you got to say it's all over right there. Oh, there we go. In the 7th round, earliest stoppage of the night. The Sean Porter pick by Darhkseid just walked down Studdy, landed the big shots to the body, came over the top, nice uppercuts as well. Good work there from Darhkseid. And unfortunately, Studdy just couldn't find a way to navigate, couldn't stay out of the range, couldn't avoid the power shots. Even though he started wearing them away and he was doing good damage to the body, it just wasn't enough, Doc.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough. Studdy came in there with a game plan, stuck to it, came forward and just put on that pain each and every time. That was a very impressive fight. Performance.
Yeah. There we go indeed. Yeah, the output, kind of similar on both sides really, but just the big power difference obviously taking its toll there over the course of the rounds. What do you think about just like that kind of a style in this game? Because we've seen a lot of different people use a lot of different styles. Some people walk forward aggressively and just got schooled on the outside, but right there, Sean Porter, easy peasy, I think, for Darhkseid in that one.
I think that was the most impressive style we've seen so far, and it's the fact he got those knockdowns when he had that mid-term stamina. Because by the time, each time we've seen so far, each time people have got to about that middle stamina, it's very difficult for him to finish fight. But with Darhkseid, he just capitalized on it and just keep coming forward, and he just did not stop, relentless. And from that accumulated damage he did earlier on, he just tore forward.
Do you think if Studdy could have seen the stamina on Darhkseid, especially after the end of each of those combinations, the fight would have been a bit different? Do you think he would have come forward while the stamina was low a little more, rather than just keep backing off over and over again?
If Penn's stamina was higher by maybe around 75%, I think there would have been a benefit knowing that his stamina was about half, because that way he could have used more of that footwork, stayed a bit more patient, and then looked to maybe just pull back. Because I think one of his biggest issues was he got kind of trapped into this entire brawling idea. So if you used that footwork a bit more, like you did see with Oakley early on in the cruiserweight division, you could maybe have more capitalized on that low stamina.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it is really hard in a fighting game, or I guess I'd say in a combat sport in general, but when someone hits you, you go backwards. It's hard to sometimes then engage your brain to go forwards, because they are not going to be able to continually churn offense out. Like, they've just burnt the gas tank. So you get hit, you go backwards, they recover. You get hit, you go backwards, they recover. But really, you get hit, you go backwards. You need to go forwards. You need to get back in there whilst the stamina is low, or they're just going to keep pushing forward and they're just going to keep walking you down. And that didn't really click for Studdy in that one. And Darhkseid could just have his way with him there and make it look fairly easy for himself. But I think that was a great performance from Darhkseid. I'd say performance of the night, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that was performance of the night. He came out there, got a knockout when we all thought a knockout was going to be really difficult, but he proved the fact you can get knockouts very early. Even in the 7th, it seems like it's a very late round, but to be honest, 7 rounds fairly early in all fairness.
Yeah. I think as well, a lot of people noted that some of the fighters that we saw earlier on have really high chin stats. Like Sugar Ray Robinson has like a 90-something chin, which definitely seems to play into how durable a fighter is in this game as well. Like, it's clearly very hard to finish people with high chin stats. So there we go. But what we're waiting on right now, guys, is unfortunately we have had someone fall out as an opponent for Pryoxis. Not able to download the game. Wordlife is not going to be able to join us here. So we are looking for a last-minute replacement for Pryoxis right now in the main event. Plugged RP, welcome Plugged RP. Do you actually play RP? I do a bit of RP myself, mate. If you're looking to join, dude, all you need to do is join the Discord, and you can just sign up through there and follow through the instructions. It's pretty easy. We usually do UFC events, but we're moving on to Undisputed right now as well. What did you guys think of that one? Let's have a little look in the chat here as well. People saying easy win for Studdy at the start. Yeah, wow. Throw in the towel. Studdy getting cooked. Yeah, he did get cooked a little bit in that one. I like the animation at the end when he did slump against the ring as well. It was very nice to see. What's the stamina system means less power and speed. Yep, that's basically how that works as well. Sorry, Doc, what are you saying?
So I did see Studdy comment after the fight going about Sean Porter's all three of his traits apparently benefiting the inside fighting. So you can also imagine that for being troublesome there as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was able to make that work for him, right? For sure. Tim Down says D-Man. And there we go. I hope at the very least that fight was entertaining. It was, yes, yeah, like you said, all three traits benefiting stuff. So it was a very fun fight. So Studdy, thanks to ESFL for inviting me. We'll get these little post-fight interviews in chat today. I like it. I mean, I'm happy to read through them as we go. I think we found someone for Pryoxis. It looks like it's going to be Crodon, who is actually a player within our community, a high-level player, but also one of the head moderators for the ESFL Discord. So gets to fight tonight. There we go. Working in two things. How big is the download? I believe it is 18 gigabytes. All right. Needed to console any dates. I think they've said hopefully the official release will be Q3 of this year. But I don't know about that, Doc. These things tend to move around, don't they?
Yeah, it's early access. You don't know. I think they're being optimistic, as we saw this game got announced very early on. That's only just come out now. So I wouldn't hold your hopes up, but at the same time, it's not entirely impossible.
Yeah, generally with early access as well, what you'll find is they obviously want to update it, and then they'll probably find there's more things that they want to update. And then once you release a game and it goes to console, then pushing out updates is a lot harder. It's a lot easier to push out an update on PC. It costs a lot less money. But pushing out an update on Xbox or PlayStation through the online store, that costs quite a lot of money as well. So I'm sure they want the game to be in the best state possible before they drop it on console, and then have to go through the whole process of updating on there as well, when they can just keep working on it on PC until they've got it into a working state. So these commentators never boxed a day in their life. Well, unfortunately, that's not true at all. So never mind. Blind leading the blind. Yeah, okay, well, I'm sorry that your assumption's incorrect anyway. I don't know about high level. Crodon, come on, mate. We're trying to sell this fight. Let's go, bro. Oh my goodness. Right, we are getting this ready. The final fight here for Crodon. Just getting himself ready as Pryoxis on the other side of things. And there we go.
So it's been some fights all the way through so far. Last fight, obviously.
Honestly, I think considering this is the 4 hours into release right now. Yeah, man, this has been a good event so far. This has worked out. Is ranked working correctly? I believe it is working correctly, but I actually don't have any updates on that at all. The game's only just come out, it's only just come out. I wouldn't worry about ranked either too much if you're worried about your record or anything like that, because things might get reset at any point. It is early access, they'll be pushing out a ton of updates, I'm sure, I know they've said career mode and stuff like that. Where was the post that we shared earlier? I can't remember if that was in the thing. Oh, it doesn't matter, because it looks like we are just about to go into the fight. Pryoxis has got his stream ready. So it looks like we will go. And we're going to lightweight as well. Nice to see a different weight class also. So let's go on in. Yeah. Yes, Andy. All right. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, looks like a good connection as well. Now, please, let's not get the 3-second lobby bug. Okay, looks like we're good. And into the main event tonight here at, I guess this is ESFL Undisputed 1. So there we go. Nice to have Pryoxis here in the main event for this one.
Mm-hmm. Probably done as a replacement, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yes, indeed. Ryan Garcia. Ooh, we like to see that. And Crodon with the George Linares pick, or Jorge, I believe, in this situation.
Right.
right.
Lightweight, they're probably going to be a bit more speedy than we used to, a bit less power, but that doesn't mean less not going to possibly get a knockout here.
Yeah, so Croydon filling in short notice here. Hasn't really been practicing too much, I assume, since the game launch, because he's been helping with the admin for this event. But unfortunately, the main event, Wordlife unable. Wordlife, a long-time vet here at the ESFL, at the highest level of combat sports, esports, I guess you could say, but unable to download the game. So had to pull out at this one. But we got Pryoxis here taking on Croydon. What should be a good fight. I'm loving this arena as well. Lots of smoke. Lots of atmosphere. And here we go. Set with our main event tonight. Jorge Linares with Croydon in the red corner. Ryan Garcia, Pryoxis in the blue corner on the right-hand side. And I'm excited to see how Pryoxis moves, how he flows through this game as well. But already, Croydon on with the pressure. High guard, working for that lead body hook coming up top to double up on the same side. But Pry looking to fade back nicely already. No rush from either of these men. We have got 12 rounds on the clock as well for this one.
So a lot of power already being thrown about by the looks of it. Just very consistent, steady, just getting steady. Lovely in and out moving by Croydon. That jab straight already coming into play and being established.
Big left hook already, planting the feet for Pry and then coming back from the far side with the right hand as well. It's Croydon inevitably looking to be trying to make his way on the inside. Long hooks to the body though from Pry with Garcia. Nice evasion there, just slipping to the outside of the two as it followed through. Trading the left hooks on the entry, one to the body, one to the head. Nice work though to clip him back through, and Pry almost cancelling those. Yeah, still just trying to get a feel for each other's range, hand speed, etc. here in the opening rounds. Tries to pull back for that right straight there, nothing doing. Powered up that one. Eesh, nice check with a liver shot there as well from Pry. Just a little rolling on the ropes here as well. Why not? Opening round as long as you're not taking too much damage. Just give Pry something to think about. Garcia with his classic hand speed. Croydon looking away now as well. What a way to fill in for the main event here. 10 seconds left in this opening round. Very much feeling each other out here. Nothing massively significant landed, apart from a couple of liver shots there from Pry with the lead hook.
It's very steady, slow, methodical pace, and both of them using their technical ability. Croydon deciding to go on a bit on the back foot, running against the ropes, probably for a bit of fun more than actual technical ability, but Pry's also a bit uncertain how to handle this going forward, and you can see a beautiful counter coming out as well.
Yeah, there was nice work as well there by Croydon, just to duck under that lead hook that floated out there from Pry. Nice, wound up there from the hip with a lead hook that landed flush. And now trying to snap the jab out as well. Great footwork from Pry, just folding backwards, but that was a nice lead uppercut that he caught at the end of the combination there. 1-2, 1-2 on the inside from Crow, who's just whiffing with these lead hooks as well. Pry trying to manage the distance nicely. Way rear uppercut lands nicely there from Croydon as well, making this basic style work for him. Check left hook though from Pry, lands up top. Pull back straight right, not nice. Oh, he slipped to the outside of that jab there. It almost came back with a right hook. Just whiffed on the chin from Pry and pulls the long right hand as well. That's good work from Crow. Oh, double left hook as well, back to the body.
Well, methodical pace coming up there. Oh! Trading shots. Really is.
Oh,
double straight there as well.
Stiff straight right there landed, and Crow puts one back on Pry as he stands toe to toe with him here.
Oh,
Trying to just pull a little, and these shots roll through. Pry committing back to that left hook to the body here. Miss from Crow on the far side with the left hand. Steps in with the jab. Gets the two, but doesn't land flush. Surprise, Pry is wanting to stand in the center as much as he is. That long stance of Garcia gets caught there as well, but lands his own left hook. Pulls a little short, step in jab, just off to the side there from Pry. Comes back with a body shot, nice work as well. Both guys making a lot of adjustments here, Doc.
yeah, lovely adjustment. Seems like Pry's slightly ahead just from the counters, but Croydon's keeping his pace, not taking too much damage, blocking when he can, but yeah, it's a close fight. It's generally a very close fight.
Nice to see though. 3 of 12 here, of course, main event. Stiff jab by Pride, just throws off the 1-2 from Croydon. Almost rolled right round and under into that liver shot. That would have been big damage, but it fell just a little short. Again, nice basic 1-2 there from Crow as well, keeping Pride honest and busy as he tries to keep pumping this jab out there at the moment. Tags in the middle with that one, stiff straight right there from Pride, lands a little flush on the inside as he tries these little pull jabs here, trying to stick his back in return.
Yeah, no, that jab is, you must imagine if you're Pride currently, you're getting a bit annoyed by it just because it's just always there, and it's always just a tiny little poke and then he's waiting to find some type of counter.
Yes, indeed, trying to whip that left hook up high, return to the body though by Crow. Great to stay on the inside and commit to it. Pride not really putting together combinations so much as doubling up on individual shots. You know, he's either touching with 1 or 2 or just doubling up on same side shots or doubling up on the left hook. There's a right hand that found his way around the left. Well, Croydon there, snuck over the top left hook there as well, landing to the temple. Nice work. Left hook, right uppercut.
Yeah, he's having a lot of success. Another uppercut comes in just a bit too far away. Seeing like Ryan Garcia's really want to dig to that body and use that lead hook very effectively, but he's just having a bit of difficulty. Uppercut does get through though, and another one coming through there as well.
Love the jab to set himself on the inside there from Pry and fire the right uppercut up the middle, but Croydon having none of it. Prepared to trade on the inside here and give as good as it comes. Ooh, there's a nice liver shot though that lands one more time to the body and almost there. Slipped to the outside of the jab and threw the right hook to the body, but just didn't land flush. I love the pulls from both men there. Little rear uppercut landing tight as well. As Pry kind of gets caught hanging around in the pocket. Nice little setback as he lands that lead hook of his own here. Yeah, both men trading though already early in this one, Doc.
Yeah, they're both very close. They're dangerous to each other here. Close round to 29th to
2 rounds.
Croydon.
Yeah, for the guy filling in on short notice. Obviously, we know Croydon is good. Seen him compete in UFC 4. Step out there, nice work. Ooh, lead hook and a straight over the top from Pride. That's good work as well. And already you can tell he's trying to hang a little more on the outside in this round. Pull Croydon into him and try and snap those long shots off. Mainly that lead hook to the body, which he is loving to land right now. Croydon having to take his feet with him when he punches, steps with the jab that time. But also want to be careful as well, knowing that that liver shot is coming. Nice job staying on the inside, just plying the feet. Hits back with the 1-2. Oof.
Yeah,
hey.
And another one digs onto the body again. He's getting blocked. Trying to get a jab established again. Most of their game plan seems to be built around this jab and what it opens up afterwards. You can see with the body hooks. It's like the question of are they going to go to that jab or are they going to go to that body hook?
Ooh.
Body hook.
Nice stiff straight right there as well from Croydon. Still definitely finding a home for these shots. Fry just looking to almost fade and land, but then he'll get into these walls on the inside where Croydon is more than holding his own. I mean, he's winning 2 of these 3 rounds so far. Short on the 1-2. Content to plant. Step through with the jab that time. Little flush jab lands in return there for Prime. Not too much doing. There's a stiff one there to the body as well. Nice snap down and a straight, then a lead hook to the body. Nice work from Prime there as well.
Holding his standards here, having a lot of success as well, but it's just a technical battle on either side.
It really is there. Roll back through there by Croydon. Lead hook again to the body, doubled up on it there. 2 of those landed flush with some power. Nice 1-2 with the hands down. And that might be another round for Croydon. Kind of hard to tell at the moment. 75% health left on Ryan Garcia here. And my goodness. It's starting to accumulate, I imagine, on both sides. Stamina still high, though, probably for both men. 5 of 12 as we move on through. And what has been a very close fight in main event here at ESFL Undisputed 1. 7 fights tonight. This is the 7th and final. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you've caught any of the card this evening. No more. Damn. Loving the liver shot tonight is Pry. That's probably #1 weapon in this fight. He's landed it flush a few times. Going to chip that gas tank away. And it should set that left hook up high as well, or he can just come back with the right hand. Just Crodon's planting even more now.
Yeah, Crodon's he's wanting to land his shot, but Garcia seems to have forever reaching arms that just are giving Price advantage just to clip on the very end of his shots in some cases.
Oh, another left hook sneaking its way around the guard. As Crodon's trying to step forward, make this inside battle a reality for himself here. Nice sliding there by Pry. Ooh, step jab. Love the animation on that, but Pry's still got this great timing. Beautiful work. Jab high, jab low. Came back with the right hand off the back of that uppercut that he sent up the middle. It's Crodon again. Step 1-2, step 1-2, trying to make it work. Lead uppercut lands there as well. Coming back with a triple left hook there. Through the double right hand in between them. Good back and forth battle from both guys. Again, constant adjustments from these guys. They're not really looking to set the same thing up. I mean, it's a similar style matchup throughout in that Crodon's trying to fight on the inside and Price happy to just slip back and fade and land these little pot shots, but they both mixing up their tools really well.
Yeah, they're both having a lot of success. You can see Price nicking those uppercuts in this round. He's having a lot of success. Croydon having a couple of attempts with the jab straight, but again, the head movement as well, it's little bits and pieces. It's nothing major. It's just minor things that are all adding up to both of them having a really technical fight here.
How are you guys scoring it in chat right now, everybody? I want to know. We will get a predicted scorecard at the start of the next round. Crodon making his feet working forward with that jab this time, especially as Price starting to slide back towards the ropes, but just circles back out to the center and hits a beautiful liver shot one more time there. Been really effective with that tonight so far. Ooh, try to double up on the lead hook right there from Crodon. Both just kind of out of range. Long straight right though from Price, snapping the jaw of Crodon. There it goes again with it, now adding the liver shot on the end of it. Oh, what a great fight.
It's a beautiful fight so far. A lot of count shots both ways. They're both so close. You can see Price trying to step on the outside, step on the inside and go down to that body, but Croydon is making a perfect read of it. Croydon's throwing that jab and then following up with this two straight afterwards, hoping to land, but Price also reading that when he can. They do not land sometimes. It's just fantastic.
Oh, lovely roll in sort of more of a pull really to get that rear uppercut off that right hand from Crodon after eating another one of those liver shots from Pry. And I can tell why Pry likes Ryan Garcia just because of that stance, the bounce, the low lead hand. I've seen him use similar fighters on UFC 4. Digs with a straight right to the body. You love to see that, and then came back as well.
Slick.
Yeah, real slick, and then came back looking for the left hook downstairs as well, but Crodon's still in this fight 100%. I mean, listen, it's been so hard to score. We'll see what the predicted scorecards are after this. That crushed the body right there. Look at the body health of Ryan Garcia for Pryoxis. That did some damage down into the yellow now. And a stiff jab as he enters there as well. Good work from Crodon.
Yeah, but Pry's also having fantastic. On that note, just talking about stamina, both are very high in regards just they haven't used a lot, and we're already close to the middle of the fight here as well.
Love the back and forth between these guys, really just playing off each other nicely. And there we have it right now. Only one round to Pryoxis according to the predicted scorecard, the CompuBox predicted scorecard right there as well. And I don't know if everyone in chat agrees with that, but you know, I don't know how the judges will score it. Crodon more than holding his own tonight.
So I feel like Pry's having more success in terms of damage, but Croydon's just having more success in terms of consistency. You can see him doing the same offense and then also capitalizing on the defense-wise, as well as a lovely bit of head movement, keeping it never on the center line, ducking to the side and trying to throw that rear hook there as well.
Oh, nice work by Pry, though. He is catching him with that lead hook. Oh, again, stiff jabs as well, and then leaped into that lead hook to wrap around the side of the guard, but Crodon eating everything fairly well. Way right hook there on the return from Crodon around the outside. Nice swing, that worked for him. And he seems to be planting his feet at just the right time and taking his feet with him when he needs to as well. Double shots to the body there. And Crodon works well, steps with the 1-2. Comes down low with the 3 to the body. Didn't necessarily land too flush. And Pry now almost being forced to sit and plant, perhaps because he feels like he's not landing enough. Oh, there's a nice right hook though. That landed clean.
A lot of success here, but he's just slowly gaining up as he can. But the scorecards are going to the favour of Croydon, so it's up to Pry here to really find those openings, and he's doing so. But Croydon's firing back as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, what a main event we've got here. Just great quality, no lag or anything like that coming up for us tonight. Just a really high-level matchup as well to finish things off here. So we couldn't ask for a better fight. We've got 10 seconds left in this 7th round. A very close fight so far. Little pull back to set that jab for Pry. Crow comes back with a right hand, but it bounces off the shoulder. Left hook, right hand, but just a little too deep. And Crow on the inside of him. What a great fight.
What a fantastic fight, honestly. These two are just going at it non-stop. They're having a lot of success, and it's just across the board. Pry is trying his standards. He's landing the counters, but at the same time, Croydon's fighting the cleaner fight here. He's ducking, he's weaving when he can, and then just landing seemingly the cleaner shots overall.
Yeah, I would say that as well. Ooh, stiff right there by Pry, making that work for him. Yeah, so I mean, Croydon's not always entering the pocket when Pry expects him to, and that's why some of these shots are just falling short from Pry. And he's playing the range game very, very well. And then when he does step on the inside, he's ready to go with his own combinations. And he's already baited Pry into planting and throwing. It's just a very subtle art here in terms of engaging and not. Nice lead hook straight, and then came back with a lead hook, another lead hook up top. Nice work mixing this up from Crow. Oof. Exchanging body shots right there. Right hand landed clean, but the block was down for the follow-up left hook.
Yeah, uppercuts also looking to come out again. Power shots being faked across the board. The body hook is also starting to come out a bit more again, and I think that's what Pry really wants to start doing again. But Croydon, his defense and as well as his offense is trying to keep him Pry off it.
Oh, long right hand landed around the side and a left hook that came back through. Pry loaded up one more time to the body there as well. Lost a bit of tank, lost a bit in the tank there for it, and there's a short left hook to the body as well, ripped through from Croydon. Nice work. Ooh. Now this is heating up a little here as well, as we've only got 4 rounds left, 30 seconds left in the 8th. Yeah, double jab, left hook though, beats him to the punch.
Having a lot of success as well. You got to imagine if you're Croydon, you just got to just keep doing this. He's now starting to play, I think he's starting to play a more aggressive game. I want to say he's just coming forward, trying to put on that pressure, but Pry circles that again. Oh, that's straight at the end there though.
Yeah, definitely baited him into it. They kind of did that thing where I miss, you miss, and then I land the counter. You know, it was great work to get that final shot in there with a long straight right. Caught him clean and flush as well. You got to think head health slowly going down as well for Pryoxis and Ryan Garcia. And Croydon again, end to exit. So many people tonight have just been walking forward in a straight line and got beaten up because of it. But Croydon playing a little footsies here, stepping in and out, choosing when to come inside, which throws off the rhythm and the timing of Pry on the, just the shots to stop the forward pressure.
Yeah, well, Pry's coming forward again, but digs down to that body, does Croydon now, and some success again. Both opponents are reading each other very well, which just seems like, again, Croydon's more able to consistently be the cleaner fighter, whilst Pry's having moments of friendliness.
Look at this inside fight we're having right here, going toe-to-toe. Both guys' defense on point right there. I think Pry snuck through a left hook at one point. There was a sharp left hook right there. Doubles up to the body afterwards as well and comes back up top. The right hand lands from Croydon. Stepping back, Pry one more time. A stiff jab as well. Tries to hit the pull, but the left hook bouncing off the guard. And Pry just planting and winging with the straight lead hook, but nothing lands.
Croydon that 1-2 looked really well, but he's just trying to find the British style. That straight also lands cleanly. Both from trading in the pocket when they can, just to land anything heavy here.
Love the way he's just stepping in with that 1-2 and then stepping back out. Flicks the jab in his face again, out of range with the follow-up left hook straight right. Dip jab again, right hand left hook, lead uppercut straight right as well from Croydon, letting it flow.
He's using that jab to really just to get a read on what Pry wants to react with. He's stepping with that jab straight, backing out, waiting for Pry to react and then coming back in, and it's just a brilliant counter method here.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely saw a lot of people tonight just jabbing on the inside and then staying there, not really necessarily thinking about what they're going to do afterwards, where, I mean, 50% of the jab can just be used to touch and then see what happens, or touch, know something's coming, and then roll. Look at the scorecards. Oh, 1 round to Pry. I don't know about that. This fight is definitely a lot closer, perhaps, than predicted on those scorecards, but there's 2 rounds left. We'll see what the judges finally score, if it does make it the distance. Head health pretty high on both guys as Crow looks off into the crowd. Seems to be content to just play a little rope-a-dope here. Oh, my goodness. Left hook landed flush, though.
Just
I can't seem to hurt him here. Just waiting for that lead hook counter. Touching the body a little. Oof. Pry getting robbed, says the chat right now. I don't know about that. It's not a robbery if it's close, guys. Come on, man. Oh, big body shots. Love the way Crow stays on the inside. That right hook just doesn't land because he's on the inside of it.
And again, it boards the rope, but Ashton coming back into the play. Nearly gets dug down to body there, but makes a good read on the blocking. That's straight landing through, though. It's Croydon's trying to use that head movement. He's looking for I think he's looking for a big counter hit by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think he kind of feels like he's ahead, so he probably just wants to land something, you know, that's going to cement the round in a big shot, but maybe also just get a rock, you know, just in the people's eyes. He could get something big if he does feel he's ahead. No need to press it. There's a nice shot by Pry on the inside on the entry. Couldn't tell if it was a jab or a lead uppercut. But he doubled back up with the body hooks afterwards. Stiff 2 there as well. But Crodon, man, just the entries and exits for him have been really, really making Pry work and made it hard for him. Came back with a rear uppercut right there as well off a 2-piece.
Those uppercuts
really nice.
are sneaky.
Yeah,
they just come out of nowhere.
The head health of Pryoxis starting to diminish a little here as well. We still have 11th and 12th round to play for.
Fairly high in the stamina regards, but as you mentioned, the health overall very low, and playing a significant role in how this fight's probably going to continue into these last 2 rounds here.
Good combinations from both men on the inside. Pry again going with the straight right, lead hook to the body. But it's all just coming off the block of Crodon right there. He tries to double up on the left hand, eats a shot of his own, but digs another left hook to the body. But Pry has no choice but to eat another left hook to the body by Crodon there as well. So Pry tries to give back on his own. And this is turning more and more into an inside fight, as I think Pry is getting into a bit of desperation mode, just because maybe he feels like he needs to definitely secure these last 2 rounds. It's time to start letting the power go. Oh, nice little shot right there off the lean as well. Oh, there's another one.
He's trying to, I think he's really trying to, but Croydon's kind of dictating when he wants to engage, when he doesn't. So when he doesn't want to engage, he's just using that footwork, staying patient with the block and just getting that jab established. And when he wants to engage, he's happy to engage, and he's ready to counter with the hooks, as you can see, digging down to the body and head.
Look at that. That's why it's so important sometimes to get ahead on the scorecards, because then you completely can control that. You know, you can control that element of the fight, because you choose. Oh, got long straight right there as well, though. Sent his head peeling backwards. No power loaded on it, but it still snapped the head. And that hopefully is a little bit more of a fire under Pry, who is now fighting with a bit more urgency, loading double shots to the body, blocks low on that one, but the hands are still up from Crow. Nice stab in jab there to the body as well. So many liver shots from Pry on that left hook side, but it's just not really broken through in any way to Crodon's health.
Yeah, it really just hasn't. Croydon's trying his damnedest. Sorry, not Croydon. Pry's trying his damnedest here to get the finish, but Croydon is just content. He's blocking fantastically. He's making the footwork there as well, and it's just kind of kept the momentum throughout this entire fight. Although Pry's landed some really good counters at points, it just so has Croydon. He's kind of led that fight due to it.
Well, here we go. The final round here at ESFL Undisputed 1. Main event, Crodon filling in on short notice, like 10 minutes short notice against Pryoxis. And by the way, guys, after this, definitely go check out Pryoxis on YouTube. He will be making content for this game non-stop. He's going to be trying to hit 100,000 subscribers soon as well, I am sure. So go check out his content. He is very, very consistent and very, very good. But 2 minutes left. They still continue to trade on the inside here. Pry trying to walk him down, landing more body shots, but Crodon just standing tall, peeling out off that too as well. Jab and just pulls the lead hook out, and it completely whiffs, but he took a little shot there to the body as well, I think, as well, doubling up on his own left hands. Oh, that kind of landed a little flush there as well by winging these shots, Doctor.
Starting getting scary, and Pry knows that it's the last round. You can just go all out. I think so does Croydon. He's having a wild of a time himself. Both of them trading when they can.
Look at the head health. I mean, the head health on Pryoxis is super low. I mean, a couple more shots and he might be going down here. If he could, big right hand though. I honestly think if Crodon can put a little combination together to the chin, he might sit Pry down or at least rock him. Oh, that left hook is getting closer and closer to landing. Pry's trying to just fire off the back foot, load up some shots himself. Oh, they're trading again.
Like a power hook straight to that head and may even just get a flash KO, you're never sure.
Oh. And that would be disappointing after such a long fight, really, to be honest, not to see this one go to the scorecards with just 10 seconds left. Oh, trading one more time. Crodon with the taunt. 3 seconds left. The left hook lands one more time. What a fight, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
Jeez.
And it goes to Crodon on short notice, man. The upset, guys. Wow. What a fight, honestly. What a fight indeed. Well played by both men. Very competitive. We'll see what the final scorecards were. I thought it was pretty damn close. But no, it looks like the judges went with the comp. One judge only gave Pry 1 round. If you look at the total, though, I mean, damn, he was outstruck by nearly 200 punches. And what can you say there? What can you say? Doc?
He pulled off. I want to say an upset, to be quite honest. It definitely seemed like an upset, was possibly an upset. I don't think he was the betting favourite in that fight, but Croydon came out short notice and looked fantastic with the way it was going.
Yeah, I mean, like, it seemed a hell of a lot closer than perhaps, the scorecards showed. Because I think Pry was in the fight every step of the way. And every round could have gone 50-50, really, in my mind. Crodon, I guess, was perhaps being more efficient. And he landed more shots, so you can't really argue with that. But Pry landed so many of those power liver shots, and it didn't really seem to affect Crodon in any way there as well. So, I don't know. It's the game in its current state, everybody, but you can't take anything away from Crodon, man. Like, he landed more, and he takes the win here tonight. So there we go. Well done, Crodon, the first winner of the first Undisputed event. Well done. We will be having more of these guys. Like we said, normally we run UFC 4 events. We run the UFC's Esports League as well when they put that on. But now Undisputed is in early access. We're going to be looking to run a lot of Undisputed events. So if you've enjoyed yourself, definitely follow here. Subscribe on YouTube if you want as well, just to keep up to date. If you want to join the Discord, you can meet other players to play with, join a team or a fight camp, sign up to take part in one of these events yourself. All you need to do is just join the Discord to do that as well. Doc, any final words from you, mate, on this first event?
I enjoyed it. It was a fun time. Every one of them came out with a completely different fight style and just looked fantastic. And then you had Croydon at the end put out a last minute notice win. Gotta admit,
yeah, I think performance of the night goes to Darhkseid in that one, and fight of the night, definitely the main event right there for fight of the night. Fantastic fight. There we go. Right, well, thank you everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate you being here, and stay tuned for the next one, possibly this weekend. There might have been a discussion of one being tomorrow I saw going on in the office chat over there as well. But either way, if you are on the Discord or following us on social media or on Twitch, you'll be notified, won't you? So if you want to watch it, you know what to do. Big shout out to all the staff in the back as well. Feckit in the production booth, in our ears. Boiler, Crodon, Z Hunter for wrangling, getting the fighters together in the back. Thank you for all the fighters who competed here tonight. And thank you all for watching as well. We will be back with the ESFL and more Undisputed shows coming at you. Go enjoy the early access. I'm going to go play the game now. All right, so there we go. Or more of the game, I should say. Anyway, see you next time. Going out nice and fast, already Pry. Oh, beautiful counter to the takedown. Thank you for joining us tonight.
The disadvantage was Zayef, but then he
Waiting too much on Trixie. Nice shooting, good turning.
Watching on Twitch, watching on YouTube, watching from around the world tonight. I know the UFC isn't on right now, but guess what? The virtual octagon is here.